Okay, let's do that, and let's put a little bit of background music on. Let's not do that one. Let's go for another one. Nope, same song. No, I don't know that one. Let's go that one. Okay, so
Play the same song again.
I've just got one song I just start and stop. Okay then, well, we are gathered here today to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Amen, brother.
Okay then, so let's have a little bit of a recap. Last week, did we have a session last week? I think we did.
We did.
Yeah.
I'm losing track of days, they're kind of blurring into one, and I blame games for that. So, okay then, so on the last session, our band of adventurers, Ignium Cete, having found their way into High Devil Aramis's estate, managed to find their way through the estate, past the slave pens, into a large central tower-like area with a large staircase. Descending the staircase, they found their way down into the subterranean depths below the estate, where the labyrinth with the vault resided. You spent the better part of the session traversing through the labyrinth, dealing with different traps, creatures, strange scrying eyes, or potentially scrying eyes, what was guessed. And also a strange, changing labyrinth where doors would randomly open and close upon you. You did manage to make your way through the labyrinth in the end, finding your way to the large fire giant that guarded the entranceway. At this point, subtlety and stealth were abandoned, and you effectively bull rushed him. Combat ensued. Giovanni nearly died a few times, but he didn't die. He's alive. You're all alive. You defeated the fire giant, and looting him to find that he was a victim of lots of puncture wounds and scars and healed tissues. And you're also not sure how he got there in the first place, because he probably wouldn't fit in the tunnels. But his body still lays there. Following that, you headed down the corridor towards the vault and met Mr. Door, who wanted the password, which was ship. After a bit of backing and forthing with Mr. Door, you successfully opened it, past the puzzle, and revealed the vault room, containing gold and jewels and artwork and sculptures and various other bits and bobs, including the strange gem-like pearl, large pearl that you've been given as a decoy by the collector. With a bit of arcane trickery, we're now actually entering the vault, and the use of twinned mage hands and a ridiculous sleight of hand rolls and arcane powers swapped out the gem and brought it back. Identifying it, you didn't learn too much about it apart from that it is a strange source. It's a source of extreme arcane power and energy, possibly some kind of a power source, but it's difficult to tell. And how you would use such a thing, you do not know. And that's pretty much where we actually left off. So you guys are standing outside of the vault room. The six of you, bit battered, a bit beaten, a bit bruised, but alive. Standing outside the vault. The power source has been placed in the bag of holding, if I remember correctly. Or you have it in hand, one of the two. And that's pretty much it. So, that's what we'll bring in. So, Ignium Cete, as you stand at the base of the vault, in the end of the labyrinth, what is it you'd like to do? I will also say, if you wish to, due to the markings and the tracing that Ranos has done on the labyrinth himself, if you wish to effectively fast travel your way out, I'll allow you to do so. Or you can walk manually. It's up to you. And get all those traps that you didn't get the first time. Or you could rest.
Can you imagine Aramis standing in front of this door and trying to get it to say ship? Seems hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Can we just get it so we can go?
Yeah, we got the thing. Would you? We'll put it in the
Have we
bag.
looted the vault
So
already?
Yeah, you've already
Do you
got
want
you've
it
already
on
got
me?
the power. I'm calling it the Pearl of Power because that's what it is in my head. So you've got the Pearl of Power.
Who's taking it?
all right. Boop. Into the bag.
Into the bag of holding?
We.
Okay.
Does that mean I have it then?
Apparently so. With
Cool.
great
We
power.
can also keep it cool in my bag if that's more to your preference. But I
Be
don't
cool at
care.
holding. I've got it now.
Bag.
Yeah. All right.
This is how cold fusion is invented.
Yeah, that's a
Right.
forgeable fusion. Yeah.
So how are we going? Do we have
What
extra
else is in there? Is
slaves?
there anything else in there in the thingy of interest to us?
There's a lot of stuff in there. So there is gold, there is platinum, there is jewels and gems.
But we were told only to get one thing.
The collector
Yeah.
asked you to
Yeah.
to get the one thing and not touch anything else.
Okay.
But that's up to you if you listen to him.
I want to go
I mean-
back to the prime material.
I'm kind
Yes.
of game for taking some of the other stuff.
We can loot as much as we like from killing bad
Actually,
guys.
am I?
But,
Am
yeah.
I forgot what you last rolled. I think you're on a
One.
0 or
I'm a one. No, I'm
Yeah.
a one. Okay. No, I'm not. Let's just do what we're told. Let's go.
How do you
Um,
keep this us on track, Tom?
So all he's got
Do we have
is
extras?
just fart jokes and that. That's the two halves of the brain.
do,
Logical jokes.
Go on, Ray.
do we have extra slave robes for Nira since the otter self faded?
You only have the 4 sets. You have 4 collars, 4 sets of robes. That's about it. And some of those robes were bloodied in your initial encounter.
Okay.
But you are currently all wearing your standard gear.
So we should probably presto them up a little, but not too much. I could potentially turn Nira into a bat or something, and then keep her in my breast pocket or something to not have a blue dragonborn walking around the city. If no one else has anything more useful,
Invisibility.
that could work. Yeah. Oh, I also have that.
But I mean, having her as a bat, could she not fly ahead?
You could have a
Have
little
we
could.
scout.
seen any bats in this world?
But I think there's imps and flying demons around. Anyways, let's walk.
Let's
Just
get
follow
out
the
of here,
chalk
let's go.
markings.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just follow the shot markers.
I'm going to put you all there just so I can move you with ease.
We're gonna fast travel out.
So you're on a loading screen right now?
This is my favorite shop in the Citadel.
Did you know
Did you know that
that you can
dungeons are
die by
dangerous?
fire?
Okay, so I'll put you back in the
Life
entrance.
needs things to live.
Life needs things to live. So you
yeah.
spend... actually, who's helming... I'm guessing you're helming the return back routes?
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to give me a survival check, please. I'll give you advantage
Like-
because of the markings.
Good.
First roll of the night. 23. It doesn't take you much more than about 20 minutes to return back to the end. You navigate your way through, you spot the previous traps that you'd set off. Some of the doors have changed, but with the mapping that you've done, you do successfully return to that initial corridor with a set of stairs ascending up to that door where Aethera had left his spiritual guardian. To give you guys an idea, to give you an idea of how long it's been since you infiltrated this place, I think if you did that there, you've probably entered the building about an hour to an hour and a half ago.
Okay. So if there's an alarm, I think it's fair to say it's already gone off. But since we didn't see anyone down here, I don't think the slaves snitched on us.
Oh, I do have a question. You left one orb active in the first room. Do you leave it active, or are you destroying that one as well? So I just know you've been destroying those things.
I'll go and destroy him.
Okay, so as you go past, you shatter the last one, which was in this first room here. That was the one. Everything else was a fake camera. But you shatter that one. I'll be right back. Okay.
Consistency.
So either we should prepare ourselves for. I'm guessing this is the only exit. So if maybe they're waiting topside for us to get out.
Do we want to be prepared to just sneak or fight? Because that means whether or not we get unchanged or not.
Yes.
That is the correct answer.
I think we need to sneak. Honestly, do you have this shadowy cling spell? Pass without a trace?
No, I don't think we do.
No.
Too bad. Yeah, I mean, it's not that far to the exit once we get up the stairs, so we should just watch out for that patrolling horned devil in the hallway. And once his footsteps subside, we should run for it. And I turn myself back into the guy I came in as.
Okay, so you turn yourself.
No, one of the guards.
One of the barb devils.
Yeah.
Okay, and what are you doing with Nira?
I can turn her invisible. With greater invisibility.
Okay, you want to go for greater?
Uh,
The greater invisibility G.
oh, that's up to 1 minute.
Greater visibility is a minute. Normal invisibility is up to an hour.
What if
Ah.
one person carried another person? Would they both become invisible? Oh, damn it. If there's anything you
Why
carry,
is
If
Greater?
you wear them, it's different.
you could wear them like a backpack.
Okay, so with a minor incantation, Nira does turn invisible.
Yeah.
How many of them?
I'm using the non-greater one, by the
No,
way.
that's fine. Yeah.
Oh, if you're using it higher, you could turn several of us invisible.
Realistically, between you guys, I'm pretty sure you have the power to turn all of you invisible.
Because then I don't have to get changed with the sneaking.
Well,
Should we?
actually,
He could just invisibly walk out.
before you cast that spell, Giovanni,
Yeah.
maybe we just want to walk out invisibly, all of us. I think that's a good idea, Jojo.
Do we have to spell stick?
Somehow,
sometimes
wisdom is my highest stat.
Sometimes the simplest solution is the best one.
Slot third level, how you can target one additional creature. Good slot, second. So I can do 3 people?
That's a 4th level
Yeah,
spell.
I can do
Yeah.
3 people as well.
There
Yes,
you go.
that's
So you can all become invisible for an hour, if that is your wish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. What,
That sounds the easiest way, right?
Yeah.
Now we just have to make good stealth rolls.
Yeah, we've never tried this either. So,
Oh, we did once in the Underdark.
we did? Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah. But then
Was that all of us? That wasn't all of us, though, was it?
Scave
No.
talked to a Drider and then they wanted
Yeah.
to kill us.
Yeah.
So
Ah,
it didn't
yes.
really work out.
Yeah, that time. Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, so
that one
you
time
may
in
not
the
have told him
Underdark.
about it, Giovanni. But yeah, we tried it once. It mostly worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we achieved the objective and got out of there with.
I mean, we were still pretty much bumbling idiots, but yeah.
And we got my mom and
So
So
Yes.
you all
Fourth level.
shimmer into invisibility. Do note you cannot see each other.
we're all holding on to each other like little kids
Which
carriage
is the
style.
fun part. Okay, so
I'm holding on to different hands. I've got.
you open up the door, you
That's
you
not what
ascend the
happened.
stairs, the small
Oh
ramp,
shit!
opening the large door, and then you're met with the large spiral staircase that you originally descended down. Large steps, you can climb them. It just takes you a bit longer. So are you just ascending up?
Can we hear anything from above?
Make me a perception check.
Once we're up, I would also want to listen for that patrolling guy. Perception.
21. You listen out. It's hard to make anything out because you are quite far down on your mountain, about 80 feet down. So it's hard. You can't really pick anything up from down here. It's quite enclosed, unfortunately.
I'll keep doing it when we ascend, since it's slow anyway.
Okay, as you guys begin your ascent, I'm going to make a roll for Rory because he's short. He's fine. Okay then, so over the next 10 minutes you begin to ascend these stairs, kind of, it's very much a case of hop, pull yourself up, hop, pull yourself up, so it's slow going. And I'd like you all, at this point, to roll me your stealth checks. If you want to roll them for me with advantage because of your invisibility.
Oh, thank God. We all say.
That one's for Rory.
Are you rolling for Nira?
If you wanted, I can roll it unless you.
I'll do it.
I don't have it. I don't have the sheep open.
Please keep the sheep.
Nathan's Welsh.
Damn it! You found me out. Okay, roll again.
Yeah.
She has it set up for all. Okay, 17.
That's
So
better.
15, 15, 16, 18, 22, 17. That's not too shabby, actually. Have I got all of them? Am I missing any? 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, 6. That's all of us.
Yep, fine.
15's the lowest, not bad.
That's not too shabby. Okay, as you ascend the stairs relatively quietly, the kind of controlling your breathing as you lift yourselves up these stairs to not grunt too much. Rory is kind of holding himself tight, trying not to jiggle his armor as he moves around. Jacob, you can still hear that tiny little flap that you could hear ages ago, and you're slightly annoyed. But you ascend the stairs. It takes you about 10 minutes to get up, and you're kind of now about 10, 15 feet down, kind of not on the landing, but not far from it. So, is there anything you want to do at this point?
Listen out for patrols or see if there's a welcoming committee for us.
Okay, make me another perception check, please. Okay, 17. Okay, you listen out, and you can hear those footsteps once again. The heavy footfalls that you assume is the Horn Devil. But as you listen out, you can definitely hear that there is more than one patrol now.
All right.
Can't
There's
tell
more than-
how many, but there is at least 2.
Okay. Switch to badges mode.
Okay.
There seems to be two of them now, I think, from what I can hear. But they can't see us, so hopefully can't see us. So let's stick to the walls and move slowly. And I'll go up and peek my head around the corner.
Okay. As you peek your head up around, you can see, as you poke your head up, there is one of the Horned Devils is continually pacing around. There is one Horned Devil that you can see that appears to be pacing around just the central corridor, doing laps around it. And you can hear off to the one side, one of the northern corridors, that there is another one pacing up and down that way. You can just about see him every now and again as he comes back and forth. So they seem to have shortened their patrols and keeping a much closer eye on the areas. We'll roll with the same perception check. As you look around, you don't see any other creatures, just those 2.
Okay. In the badge. When he makes his next round, let's go in the same direction as him around the pillar. Years of stealth games finally paying off.
Okay.
Yeah, so follow him and then branch off behind his back.
Okay. So you wait. You all get together and you wait. Sorry. Let's do something quickly. Okay. As you guys hop up, and you all, as the Horned Devil, that's the wrong creature. We'll try something different. My apologies, guys. I've got the wrong thing out.
Put it away, Nathan.
My bad. Okay, so as you wait for the Horned Devil to make its rotations, and at the right moment you hop up and you try and make a break for it. Are you doing this quickly, or are you you try and hop up and then follow the devil around? Because he's going anti-clockwise.
This depends. Can we go to the other map again?
You can. That's the wrong map. Sorry. Is it that one? Okay, yeah.
Where
So
did the ruler go?
the rule is just changed, so you can. It's the
Oh,
same. It's the
sweet.
same thing. It's got a different icon where it you can choose whether to snap or not.
Okay,
And hide
sweet.
it. It's a few more options.
So the stairs were
So you
going
will
down
come
in this
out.
direction.
You will come out here at the other side. So that's kind of sorry, that's completely wrong.
I drew it like that, but I think the entrance was the south.
The entrance to the south. Sorry, the entrance to the stairway will come to the south, and you want to be going to the east. The
So-
devil is patrolling currently in an anti-clockwise rotation.
So when he's going like this, away from us,
So he's going
I
to
would
go.
suggest going straight over here.
He goes this
Well,
way.
he's-
Around. So he goes anti-clockwise. So he goes.
Oh,
this way.
anti-clockwise. Yeah, then yeah. Then we don't. I don't suggest that.
Okay then. So
I can read clocks.
you can tell the time. Okay then, so you, as a group, you kind of edge your way forward, and at the right moment, how are you, I'm guessing you're signalling this through the badges.
Yeah.
Because it's quite difficult to just go, come on, because no one can see each other. I'd like you all to re-roll me another round of stealth checks, please. Again, still with advantage. So 14, 19, 20, 20.
11 is for Nero.
So you've got 19, 20, 14, 19, 20, 11. That's not bad. Okay, one more check this side. Okay, you hop up, and you all run across the corridor, and appear to be unnoticed. And you find yourself stood in this corridor here.
No one there. Let's keep going.
You head back through, and you find yourselves at the door leading into the slave pens, kitchen type area in here. The door is currently shut.
Glove on the door. Look through.
Okay, you glove the door, and you can see. Give me a perception check.
Perception.
Okay, you have a quick glance. The room looks very similar to what you'd seen before, but you can see that on either side of this door, the guards have been replaced. There are two barbed devils stood there.
Should we just open the door?
We can make fart noises down the corridor. And then, badge, of course. Keep to the walls. Do some illusion down the hall and then slip past behind them.
Yeah.
As in down the hall further down from us towards where the horn demon is.
Yeah.
Problem is, we'll break the invisibility by.
I won't.
If you
You
only
won't?
do
Why
like a minor illusion, that doesn't break invisibility, but anything
Oh, okay.
else... No, wait, it is casting a spell, so doing an illusion will break it.
Yeah.
It
What
will
about
break invisibility, but not concentration.
That's right, yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you keep your concentration, but you break the visibility because you've done something.
same with like throwing a coin down the corridor? Is also doing something.
It's more of a case... the rules specifically say making an attack or casting a spell, interacting with objects less so. It would very much depend on what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Like opening at a door is fine. But punching the door isn't. I don't make
So
the
mean.
rules.
Not much choice then. Let's knock.
You knock on
Yeah.
the door. Okay,
Oh,
where
wait,
are you all
wait,
positioned?
Wait. Isn't there slaves coming in and out of this door? Weren't there last time?
You didn't hang around very long.
No, I don't think they were. There was a
okay.
slave corridor around here somewhere.
I can also turn into a devil.
Just so you're aware as well, what I will say is If you wanted to, for those of you casting spell, if you wanted to drop invisibility on one person and maintain it on 2 others, for example, that would be fine.
Yeah. I mean, I would if I do the head thing, then I.
It doesn't maintain your concentration. So the hat doesn't maintain your concentration. So
Yeah, but it wouldn't stop me from concentrating on the spell. I would just lose invisibility myself.
you would lose invisibility yourself, and but you could maintain invisibility on the other 2.
Alright, should we do that or?
I see no other way.
I mean, if you guys want to get through, it can be a distraction.
Well, Ranus is just going to turn himself into a demon.
Okay.
And then
How-
open the door and walk through. And we'll walk through with him.
How hard was it to sort of get from the outside into the kitchens?
Quite
was
easy.
quite easy.
There was a short corridor.
Yeah. So this is just a short corridor, basically. From
So yeah, you got the large room we're going into, which is a decent sized room, a good 40-50 feet across, like a large open room. And then the other side, you've got effectively the side door outside, which then has a small pathway to a gate to the outside.
in the batch, we could just disable them, and then, or what I mean is, we could just kill them and then run through and become invisible again.
True. We could also just run and disperse outside.
I was going to say, what type of demons are on in there?
The barbed ones.
Barbed ones. Okay.
Just these kind of like your rank and file guard soldiers.
Yeah.
The
So
two
if you're going
similar
to
that
turn
you
yourself
fought
into
before.
anything, I think you should be a barbed one.
Yeah, I'll do that. I can recast the invisibility once more.
I can do it. I can do it as a 5th level spell, so I can do it.
Okay. And then I'll activate the head of disguise and barb devil up.
Okay, so you drop invisibility on yourself, you transform yourself into a barbed devil once more. The rest of you remain invisible. The rest of the 5 of you.
Now I'll just open the door.
Okay. As you push open the door, you watch as both of the barbed devils either side, they kind of start for a second and they turn towards you, and then they see another devil, and they're like, "What are you doing here? It's not due for a rotation yet. Or is there news? Have they caught the guys?
No, just reinforcements.
All right. It's been quiet here. Slaves being slaves, you know."
Lazy as always.
Yeah. Well, if you're reinforcements, you probably would have take a look at, keep an eye on the slaves corridor over there. You never know where these meddling thieves are going to come from.
So what have you heard?
Oh, I don't know. I've been stuck here. I heard they knocked out some of the scrying screens.
Ballsy.
I know.
So I'm hoping you guys are moving through. I'm probably standing in the door still.
Just like leaning on the door, keeping it open.
Yeah.
The rest of you, give me your stealth checks, please.
Yeah, passing through.
Again, you still have advantage for the invisibility. This is for Rory. Okay.
No.
I'm rolling for Nira.
Okay.
We definitely bump into each other.
Sorry. It's probably me.
Missing one. Missing Zins. You with us, Tom? Probably
Where
not.
did he go?
He's disappeared.
Can we just assume it's heights then?
No. What's this? I'll run for him. Oh no, 25. Okay, that'll do. Okay then. As you all
I
begin...
literally just heard you start talking about it, then I was like, oh, I guess they're waiting for me to roll. Sorry, I dropped out.
That's fine. So you begin to try and move through the door, but unfortunately you can't see where each other is. And Giovanni and Johanna, you both try and go through the door at the same time, and you both clash and stumble forward, both, as Johanna, you're still wearing her gear, the metal of the breastplate clangs against the door and makes quite an audible clang. And two of the other devils turn towards you, go, oi, oi, what was that? And starts to walk towards
Sounded like
the
it
group.
came from the corridor. I moved back with them.
In my badge, I'm going to try to think to Vanos, just drop my invisibility if you have to, and just catch me.
So right now, the devil is kind of moving around the door. Giovanni, Johanna, you're kind of both in the doorway right now. What do you guys want to do?
I'm moving sort of.
I want to get out
down.
so Giovanni can get through.
Yeah, I'm coming in like this, I think.
Okay, both of you
To
give
the
me
right.
acrobatics checks, please, for this for this coordinated movement.
My goal is basically, as long as Giovanni's through, I don't care if I'm not through.
Okay, you both split back and try and get out of the way. As one of the devils looks down the corridor, looking right through you, Johanna. As you watch, the devil looks right at you, but kind of peers back, trying to look almost like looking through you. All right, you keep eye of that door. I'll go check this one out. And he starts making his way down the corridor. I need more sheets.
I start. So where are the two guards that are not Ranos?
One of them is now moving through the doorway, heading down the corridor. The other one is kind of stood back on the other side.
So by the door we want to go through.
However, as he walks through the door, he kind of goes. He has a sniff. So we don't quite smell too right. And he turns around, and those large barbs turn around and they scrape just very slightly against Johanna. Very, very lightly, as a few of those almost like porcupine-style barbs just catch as you're pressed up against the wall, but they do catch, and he feels them as he turns around, and you feel him bearing. You see this devil creature looking right at you, Johanna, and he reaches forwards to just poke. Anyone doing anything?
Is this is in the corridor?
This is in the corridor.
I keep. What's going on? Sorry.
That's fine. So Johanna is currently about to be poked by a devil as she hides in a corner.
I was gonna say,
Go on.
I'm getting ready to stab him because I will just be a distraction.
Do I know where Johanna is?
You don't. You can't see her. She's invisible.
as he was
Did I not
leaving
hear the noise that she made?
Hard to tell, unfortunately. I can still. Sorry, yeah. I got Uranus. We'll be there in a sec. Yeah. So Zin, and you kind of heard the clash, and you heard them moving very quickly. You're not sure where they went. You got through the door already. So most of you got through successfully. It was Johanna and Giovanni that kind of stayed behind a little bit. Johanna's pulled back, but you don't know where she is.
Okay.
What do you want to say, Adrian?
I was gonna say that I wanted to just one thing. Just I wanted to say to the other guys once, as he was going through the door, hey, let's keep an eye on the slave corridors.
To the other guard.
To the other guard that's still inside.
Okay. Make me a persuasion check. With disadvantage. Okay, he goes. He looks at you.
I go with him a bit.
Well, he looks at you, and he's listening. After that clash, he goes, "It only needs one of us per door. You head over there. I'll keep an eye on this one while Bob investigates."
Bob.
So he does not go with you, unfortunately.
If
so
I do a split crouch, is there enough room for me to basically duck? But like really athletically.
give me an acrobatics check
If this
with
doesn't
disadvantage.
If this doesn't work, I'm stabbing. I'm really sorry.
14. Unfortunately, as he reaches forward, he just kind of swipes forward with his hand, and he just catches you and just clips you just lightly. It's not an attack. It just slaps the side of your arm. You try and dodge out of the way, and you get down a little bit, but he still just clangs you on the shoulder. Feels the metal of your armor, and you're, "Oi, we're going in!"
Zin's gonna
Okay.
quickly run over to where the cells are and tap my sword dagger against one of the cells.
Okay. So if you want to roll your hypnotic pattern first, Adrian, which will drop invisibility on 2.
I was gonna. That's probably me. I'm not prepared to stab anyway, so I'm stabbing as this happens.
Is it a wisdom saving throw for the hypnotic pattern?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 21 and a 14. Unfortunately, the first guy does succeed. The one that was by the door drops down into that hypnotic trance. As we'll say randomly just chosen, we'll say as Johanna and Zin's invisibility drops. Because why? That's just 2 people.
Yeah.
So Johanna,
that's
your
fine.
invisibility drops. Zin, your invisibility
We're the
drops.
ones doing stuff anyway.
As this barb devil swipes at you, Johanna, and your visibility, you feel yourself become visible once more. Okay, make me an attack.
I've been preparing to stab for a while because I've figured better me. I don't mind being left behind if I have to be.
Okay. Zin, Giovanni, is there anything you guys want to be doing?
I want to run up to the door and open it.
The other door?
Yeah, the other door.
Okay, so you make a break across the room.
Yep.
In this time, you probably get there in the end of this round. What about you, Zin?
Yeah.
So if my invisibility drops, as soon as it drops, I'm just going to dive at the guy that's seeing thingy.
Okay. In the terms of a round, I'll say that you can move to him. Johanna, your hit rolls damage, so Zin, if you want to rush over and make me for your attacks. Okay, so that is...
I've lost you, I'm afraid.
14. You've lost... Okay, sorry, yeah. So you managed to get to him, and I'll give you a few attacks. So you get your 2 attacks at disadvantage, though. You get that, Tom?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
I hear you
Major
now.
Tom.
Okay.
Right, what were you saying, sorry?
Sorry, so you do manage to move over.
No, I've lost you again. Hang on, 2 seconds.
Okay, I'm just gonna run off and get my PHP.
Okay. Sorry. Well, oh, that's happening.
And I'm back.
Welcome back. So, you do manage to you managed to get over and get 2 strikes against him with disadvantage. If you'd like to roll.
Okay, yes.
You won't have time to
That
rage,
is fine.
unfortunately. This is kind of more like a reactionary thing.
No, that's fine. I wasn't going to anyway. So with disadvantage, yeah?
That's right. Okay, the first
21.
one does hit. You roll damage for that.
I've pressed it. I think it's going to roll 6 times now. Told you.
So you do 10 points of piercing damage. You
46 damage, nice.
Wow, that's ours in. As you all strike out at this individual, and what I'm going to do actually now is I'm going to put some tokens on the map just to signify this a little bit better. I don't have a battle map for this one, so we're going to use a rough.
Do you not have your drawn room from last game?
I got rid of it because I thought we won't need. Did I get rid of it? No, I do have it actually. My immaculate map.
The stunningly drawn room.
That's right. So what I'm going to do is for this, I'm going to shrink the room. I'm going to put a barb devil there. I'm going to put a Hannah there. Let's put these there and there. Make life easier. I'm going to put a barb devil there. That's asleep. We're going to put Giovanni over here. We're going to put Zin over here. We're going to put Ranos there. We're going to put Nira. Nira obviously got through. Rory got through. Got to about there. That's look good in everyone's minds.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't see anything at the moment, but yeah, that's cool.
Awesome.
That's fine. You're catacorns to me at the moment, so
Okay then.
you're
So
right next to the devil.
After that round, what we're actually going to do is we're going to, now that we've got a map, we'll roll a little bit of initiative. You've done 24 points of damage to this guy, but he still seems pretty fine. So let's have some rolls.
God, I'm great.
Balls.
I'll roll for this guy separately.
Oh, I'm
as well.
still above him. That's fine.
How can I roll a 3 on initiative?
With great skill.
Mine should be 11.
Unless what's your dex modifier, Adrian? Is it 2 or 3?
Yeah, the button's not the right numbers.
Oh, is it not?
I have initiative of 4, so
Do you?
I do.
Okay.
Check 4 trades. Thought it
So
would
look.
adapt.
Mine should be 11.
I'm not sure where yours is set up.
It's probably off the dex modifier only, but the check of all trades is not taken into account.
Okay.
Then it's 5, and that's never mind.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just updated myself.
No problems. Okay then, I need to roll for Rory.
I'd just like to say, I've just realised that you can edit your own initiative.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Tell her that.
I
well-
could be like 15.
Well, because I roll with advantage, and I always get the second roll is always my lower roll, so I have to wait for Nathan to change it normally. But I've just changed my own.
There you go, sorted. Okay then, so combat is initiated. We have some sleeping people, so let's do some fighting. So top of the round, it's Nira, followed by Jojo. So
Jesus
Ranos.
Christ, is 12 the highest initiative roll?
It is.
That's amazing.
Everyone's quite surprised.
What's Nira's dex?
Nira's like.
Let me check. It is
14?
+0.
Oh, 0. So you're
Ten.
Hannah.
I've got a higher dex than her. I was
Okay,
just
yeah,
thinking
Hannah.
I should give it.
Then Nira.
Oh. Stabby. Please work. Please
Okay.
work. Yeah!
That'll hit. Roll me some damage.
That one and Divine Strike.
Okay, so that's.
Divine
13,
Strike, why are you not striking? Wait, Divine Strike's not striking.
13,
Divine Strike's not striking.
18, 19.
Oh yeah, I did it twice. Okay.
That's fine. 19,
15.
26, 28. Not bad. 28 points of slashing radiant necrotic damage as you
Okay.
strike out at this barbed devil here.
Do I have any bonuses? No, I don't. Okay.
Okay, now it's Nira's turn. Zin, you're up next.
It's
Oh,
Nira's turn,
actually,
yeah?
for a bonus.
Oh.
Bonus.
Yep.
I want.
To break free.
No. I'm gonna mass healing word people again because I think we might need it later.
I'm gonna magic missile level 2, the non-sleepy, the awake guy that's
Okay.
engaged.
That's from Nira, yeah?
Do it at level 2.
Yes. So she'll move
where
over
level
so she can
3?
see
I can't
away
remember
from the
what
baddies.
Okay. So 13 points of force damage. Not bad. Sorry, I'm just drawing out the corridor a little bit.
Okay,
Putting in a little bit more detail. So 13 points of force damage to this guy, and Nero drops invisibility. The only people with visibility to the left are going to be Rory. I'll put little purple dots on. Rory and Giovanni now. Okay, Zin, it's your turn again.
Okay, I currently can't do anything, I'm afraid.
Okay, I can roll for you if you just want to make your
Yes,
strikes.
please.
Are you
Yes,
ready?
please. I mean, we're going to have to kill both of these now, aren't we? How many rages have I got left?
You
I
have
do
2.
mark it on there. I have 2 left. Yeah, go on then. Yeah, I'll rage, why not?
Drop a rage. Not 12. 1.
Actually, I'm not going to do that.
Are you reckless attacking or not?
No, I don't really need to, because I'm not going to have disadvantage anymore. I'm fairly certain I'll hit him. It's not going to be that high.
A 25 and a 19 both do hit, dealing 13 and 16 points of damage, so 29 points of damage.
Yeah.
Not bad. Okay, and I'll give you a little red dot for rage, you already had it. Okay. Sleepy face, is that everything you want to do, Zen? Yes? Yeah, Hannah?
Yes.
Can I retcon the healing word? Because I forgot I can't see half the people.
Yes.
I'm not good with being invisible.
Yes, that's
Thank
fine.
you.
Okay, he's asleep. On his turn, he is going to shout Ranos, you hear this as he shouts down the corridor, "We've got the intruders down here!" And he's then going to go ahead and just strike out twice at Johanna with his claws.
He'll get disadvantage.
Yes, and it's so disadvantage, 1 tail attack and 2 claw attacks. Just a 17 misses, doesn't it?
They with disadvantage, they all miss me.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Thank God. No, thank you. Otherwise, that first claw attack would have got me.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Ranos, you're up.
How's he looking?
He's looking pretty beat up.
Ash him.
I will give him the old magic missile.
Okay, make your attack.
Wow, really? There's a 5th level.
Wow, 4 1s. So it's 14 points of damage. Okay, you fire out with the magic missiles, and they all just seem to almost ping off harmlessly. But the last one catches him in the side of the face and goes straight through his head, and he disintegrates into a pile of ash.
Time to run! Leave the other guy.
Okay, the other guy's still lolling there. Rory is
And
going
I run
to...
over to wherever.
Okay, Rory will make a move as well over. He's still invisible. Giovanni, what do you want to do?
I'm going to open the door.
Okay, so you open up the door.
By the way, can I hear if anyone's coming from the other corridor?
Make me a perception check.
Yeah.
Okay, you listen out. It's hard to tell. Unfortunately, quite far away.
Yeah. Okay. Then that's probably gonna be all that I'm doing this time.
Or she won't.
Oh, actually, if I may, I want to move closer to the door.
That's fine. Oh, that door.
Yeah.
Remember, the exit is this way.
Mhm.
Okay. At the top of the round, Johanna. Johanna, Zin, and Ranos. You hear the beating of wings flying down the corridor towards you. And with a double dash, with 120 feet of movement, you watch as out of the shadows, out of the darkness of that long 80-foot corridor, you see one of the horned devils flying down towards you. And those big meaty wings spreading, almost clipping the edges of the walls as he flies down with speed. A barbed, forked, trident-like weapon blazing in his hand as he's racing down towards you. And in terms of that, he's actually going to get. So let's put him down. Horned. He's actually going to get. I'm going to put him there. He's like 5 feet further back than that.
Okay, I'm gonna say it's in our side. I think Zin would be our side.
Zin didn't move.
But Zin couldn't move because Tom's disappeared somewhere.
You're not wrong.
I'm listening. I can hear. I have no computer at the moment.
No, it's fine. Zin, well, the Barb Devil wasn't dead when Zin finished attacking it, so I don't
No,
think
it wasn't,
would
in
have moved. So Horned Devil, I'm going to roll him into the initiative table with him at 8. Put him up here.
Fuck.
Okay, so top of the round, Johanna, Zin, Ranos, everyone's now. You've kind of watched Giovanni and Rory and Nira would get this as well, but you kind of see as this Horned Devil starts to fly into view. Just kind of not stopping, but he's on his way quite quickly, flying.
Ranos, why are you still here? What are you doing?
Are you guys coming?
I'm trying, but Ranos won't leave, and I'm gonna try and
Just
cast.
run.
I'm not leaving
For
him.
once, I'm telling you to run. Do it.
I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame at the Bone Devil, and then I'm gonna
The Horned Devil, yes.
the demon-y devilly thing.
20. That misses.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. I'm. Did it distract it?
You have no idea.
No. Okay. I'm running.
So you get 2 there.
Yes, I haven't got used to how these new things work. They're
That's
too
fine.
wibbly.
I just use it on, just keep it on snap to center, and it works exactly the same as it used to. It just looks a little bit different. Okay, Ranos, what would you have Nira do? She's
I
heard
would
your calls
have
for
her-
a run.
She will misty step to the door.
Okay. She still has the 30 feet of movement as well. Well, technically 60 feet of movement if you wanted to dash.
Oh yeah, then I don't need to do that.
Yeah, you've still got. You can dash and just do 60 feet, which would get you to there.
She. What's the range on slow?
Quite.
120 feet. She'll try to cast that on the 2 enemies.
The 2 guys. Okay. It's a wisdom save if I remember correctly. 20. Succeeds. The other guy will automatically fail because he's asleep. So she turns, runs, casts a slow spell as the snoring of the Barb Devil gets slower, but the Bone Devil appears unaffected. Sorry, Horn Devil. So many devils!
Yeah, too many.
Okay, that's Nero done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you wanted to move the 60 feet and cast that, you will have to cast Misty Step as a bonus action and use that spell slot.
I don't need to.
Is she not?
Oh yeah, right. I need to. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Zin. You turn around and you watch as this huge horn devil is barreling its way down the corridor towards you. Ranos has called for your group to run. You see the rest of your party fleeing towards the exit. What do you want to do?
You're going to see Zin look at the group and know he should go that way, and then look at the devil and know he wants to go that way.
You're also a number 2 right now.
And then I'm going to go with the group.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot.
I'm a number 2.
You're-
Hang on.
you're
No, that
2.
changes things. I go for the devil.
Oh shit! What you have to do? You just gotta. Oh god, I can't go. No,
I
because
forgot that I rolled for your rage, and I forgot to roll for your rage. But yeah.
That's fine. Number 2 changes things. Yeah, I charge the devil.
Okay, Ranos, you watch the door as Zin. You watch that glaze in his eyes, and a smirk grows across his face as he grabs both of the swords, and he turns and he just dives at the devil. That's gonna be one of my favorite mechanics.
What, that roll? That
roll.
D4?
That
I hate
D4 brings me so much joy. So he's still raging. Are you going reckless or not?
No, let's test the waters. Let's not go reckless just yet.
Okay, 14 and a 12. No, that's a disadvantage. So normal
Yeah, I was
would
going to
be
say, so 14 and a 30.
14. Oh yeah, because you're rolling now. Yep. Okay, so 14,
I'm not rolling, but I can see.
You can see. Okay, as
Yeah,
you
I can roll damage.
That's fine. You deal 18 points of piercing damage. The first one missing as you swing wide, but the other sword you shove up and stab into the Horn Devil's gut. He seems unperturbed. Okay, Barb Devil is not going to do much. Horn Devil is going to. Horn Devil, if I can find him in my massive sheets. He's going to go ahead. He's going to land in front of you, so no longer flying. He drops to the ground. And he's going to go ahead and make 3 strikes against you. With he pierces out twice at you with his fork. 22 and 18. Or 22 and 18. They both hit?
Is this to me?
Yes.
Is that with disadvantage, yeah?
No. Well, the first one has it's a 23 and a 22, so it's going to hit, and that
Yeah,
gets
so the
rid of
second
disadvantage, and it's
Yeah.
an 18 anyway. So they both hit, and the tail attack as well, 19 to hit as well. So you take 12, so reduce to 12, 13, and I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw as well. So it's 12.
Tell me if this rolls.
Okay.
Is that roll?
That's 24. You're okay. So you do take, however, half of 13 is 7. So you take 19 points of slashing, piercing damage after your reductions.
Okay. That I can just about live with. 19, did you say, yeah?
19 points of damage, yes, from its multi-attack. Okay, Ranos, you're up.
You dumb piece of... And I run over to him, grab him by the scruff, and dimension door outside the compound.
Okay. Is there a save against... okay, Zin, are you
No.
resisting, or do you not get a save?
I think it's a willing creature, actually. Check.
Zin, will you allow Ranos to magic you?
Right, hang on a minute. I'm gonna.
I don't have the dimension door spell to hand. Let's have a look. You can bring one willing creature of your size or smaller who's up to capacity.
Okay, 50-50, yeah?
Okay.
Yes, I go with him.
Okay, so Ranos, you appear on the complete outside, you've got 200 feet, so you can
500.
500 feet, sorry. So, would you like to appear on the other side of the outside of the building, outside of the gate?
Outside of the gate that the chain devil was.
So you're going to be outside of the compound completely.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to delete the tokens. Okay. The rest of you watch as, in a puff of purplish smoke, the two individuals disappear.
I yell as I disappear.
That's fine. That'll make it easier. Okay.
Okay. Rory is going to continue to leg it. He's going to make it outside of that door towards the outside complex with a dash action with his 70 feet of movement, and he gets to the gate. Giovanni, you're up.
I'm placing a stinking cloud.
Whereabouts?
Like exactly in the doorway, basically.
Okay, you can do it just there, which is fine.
Yeah.
We'll allow that.
And then I'm gonna run my 30 feet.
Okay, that'll get you to the gate. There is no outside guard, luckily. Okay. The creature is the hypnotic pattern creature is coughing horribly, but it's still it's very slow and hypnotized still. It's not having a good day. Jojo, you're up. So Giovanni, you're outside.
Yeah. Something like that.
That's fine.
Okay. If I can dash to the entrance.
You can dash to the entrance, yes.
Cool. That's where I'm gonna go. I need to be the last one out now. Anyway, so I think it's about.
Okay.
Dash.
Just put yourself next to Nero, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Ranos,
I'm gonna get ready to
Come on.
do something just in case they back. So I'm just trying to block the gate behind me with my physical body. I'm really short. They can fly. This is going to be fun.
Okay. Ranos, what are we going to do with Nero?
Did she put all of her spells from the staff into her spell book?
I don't know how she has it set up, sorry.
Okay. I can see the staff, right?
The staff spells won't affect you, I don't think. Because it's all offensive.
Ah, okay. Oh, yeah. Well,
You can just
the
run.
most... Yeah, I don't think I can do... I can cast... I'll try slow again at a higher level.
Okay.
Did we cast Blight last time? Yes, right? Once.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, so slow again on the devil.
Okay, it's a wisdom save. Succeeds again, unfortunately. But as... and you run?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, and Nero escapes through the door. Barb Devil's not going to do it. The Horn Devil is going to try and move through the stinking cloud. It's going to make a Constitution saving throw. What's your DC, Giovanni?
17.
17. 7. With advantage. Makes it still...
Why?
Makes 17.
Why advantage?
But, actually, no. It's not going to have advantage on this one because its magical resistance won't take into effect. It's still a gas. So, you're fine. Hannah, you watch as you can kind of see this the shadow of a massive being pushing its way through the cloud and drops down to one knee as it starts to cough and retch and splutter within the cloud. What do you want to do, Hannah? You can't see it very well. You can kind of see roughly where it is. It's kind of in the centre of the cloud.
Nira's gone, right?
Nira's out.
They've all gone.
Everyone's outside. Everyone's by the exit gate.
How far away is it? It's
About
20 feet
25,
or...
25 feet from where you are.
Cool, so... And how far away is this from me? Because I can't do math, guys.
He's
20
like
feet from
20
you.
feet from you.
Okay, Sacred Flame's only like 60.
You can't see him anyway, so...
No, I was just going to aim
run,
it
just
in
take
order
the
to...
60 feet.
Yeah, well, Sacred Flame's only 60 feet anyway, and that was going to be my last ditch. Just throw something at it and run. So I'm just going to go, because I don't know where anybody else is, and they need someone to watch them.
Okay, so you run outside as well. Okay.
Yeah.
As you all leave the room. Now, you all get to the exit gate. Ranos and Zin, you're on one side, everyone else on the other. The exit gate is locked. You have about 2 rounds.
First thing, I want to recast invisibility to 2 people that I can see, and yell to Johnny to get the rest, and then I will start working on unlocking the door with my thief tools.
How high is it? How high is the gate?
It's quite high and it is spec-topped.
There's no guard on the gate, no?
No.
Okay.
Seems like they've been pulled inside to deal with the internal threat.
Okay. I'm not gonna wait for Ranos to fix the lock, so I'm going to summon a giant hand and smash through the gate.
Okay. You cast Bigby's hand!
Yeah.
And make me an athletics check with Bigby's hand.
Alright, it's +8, I think.
Yes.
Doesn't the hand get advantage?
Give it advantage as well, because it's a cool. Because the rule of cool grants advantage.
Who's
So
doing things with their microphone?
I'm getting that from about 3 different people. They all can't do this.
Is one me?
I think it's mainly Jojo.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I'm not doing anything.
Okay, we're all good now. It's fine. Don't worry. Okay, with that, Bigby's hand just smashes through the gate, and leaving it kind of falls off its hinges. It makes a loud clang as you smash through. As you Ranos, you cast invisibility on everyone else. Well, the 3 of you.
I can't do everyone, but the 3 people, yeah.
You do 3 people.
Disperse, I say through the birch.
Okay. Giovanni, are you following that up with another invisibility?
Yes.
You got enough slots for 3 people?
Yeah, I've got my last 5 slots.
Okay, you cast your 5th level spell of invisibility, and the rest of you vanish. None of you can see each other as you all turn invisible and scatter to the 4 winds.
Meet at the collectors.
You all vanish, and as you start to disperse and move away, you watch as kind of peering through that door. The door is only human-sized. You watch as a barbed devil is thrown through the door and just crashes onto the ground outside. Gets up and looks around. I'd like everyone to make me one last round of stealth checks with advantage to escape unseen. This is for Rory.
That's Ranos, and then
Great,
Mira.
nice.
You have to give me 2 seconds.
That's fine. If you want me to roll yours in, I can do. I've got it here.
That's alright, I've got my character sheet. It just had to reload.
Okay.
Stealth with advantage, yeah?
Yes.
It's 21 for Ranos, 18 for Nira.
Okay.
That roll?
Yep, you got a 13. Okay. With a 5 from the Barb Devil. Kind of gets up dazed looking around. As you all scatter, it can't seem to place you, just looking around frantically. Panic on its face as you all dissipate out into the streets of the inner cloister. Successful in your mission. Kind of. Whew, God.
I need pants of holding.
Very well done, guys. Okay then. So, as Ranos instructed you all to return to the collectors, I'd like everyone to roll me a survival check, please, to make your ways back.
Mm.
22.
Okay, so we've got a 3, 22, 17, 8, and the second one for Nira?
Mm-hmm.
17.
I said I would have tried to stay near somebody because it's not really my personality to go off to.
You can't
We still
see,
have the badges.
you can't see
I'm trying to
each other.
reconnect to my computer at the moment. Do you want to roll mine for me?
Yeah, sure. 23. You're okay.
Cool.
Okay. You all, over the course of the next 45 minutes, almost all, over the next 45 minutes, make your way back towards the collector's house. Some of you it only takes half an hour. Joanna, Ranos, Nira, Zin, it only takes about half an hour back to get back. Sorry, Ranos takes you a little bit longer. But you managed to find your way back. Giovanni, you scatter and head in what you think is the right direction. After about 45 minutes of searching, you don't know where you are. You kind of just you're in one of these big streets. You're surrounded by estates on either side. You've got those horrible soulless lemures, just kind of moaning at the walls nearby. You're still invisible. You've not been spotted, but you're also not too sure where you are. What do you want to do? Panic.
Yes, please. I would like to panic.
The rest of you have realised that Giovanni has not returned as you all gather in front of the collector's house.
I'm going to try the badge.
I was just going to say that. Can we badge?
Badge has a range of 120 feet, I believe.
Please, if whoever's doing that with the microphone,
I think
please
that
don't.
might be Zin. We're getting a little bit like echo or static or something coming from you every now and again.
Sorry, it's because it's through my phone, so I think it's just when I move my phone.
That makes sense. Okay, but yeah, so the badges, I believe, they function the same as the message spell, which I believe is 120 feet. Let's have a look. It is 120 feet. Give me a luck roll, Giovanni. So roll me a d20.
Okay.
Do you feel lucky? That's not bad.
Punk.
You listen out. You send a message out through the badge. You get no response.
So, what can I see?
So right now you're kind of on you're on one of the side streets, a little bit smaller than the other ones. You believe you've headed further away from the centre, because the estates that you are currently surrounded by are smaller inside, more like manors or mansions rather than larger estates. You can see you're basically in between, on a street between two walls, between two manors.
I'm going to try to find somewhere where I can drop invisibility and recast it.
Yeah, sure. So you look around. There are plenty of there are a few darker corners and shady bits that you think you could drop it and recast it on yourself with quite ease.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that and recast it as a second level spell.
Okay. While the rest of you, you've been stood outside the collector for about 45 minutes, and you notice two of you, your invisibility drops, and you're not sure why. Giovanni, what else do you want to do? We'll come back to you guys in a second.
Well, I'm going to start sort of retracing my steps and try to get back to the mansion.
Okay, give me another survival check.
Yeah.
In the meanwhile, what the rest of you want to do, as you notice Giovanni's not returned, and his visibility spell has faded early.
Can we how far away are we from the street corners? Say, 'cause this is like a big circle, yeah.
So the main streets are large concentric circles. The collector's is kind of a little bit out of the way. It's kind of more like a very small building that's off to the side, out on a side street, not one of these large estates. So currently
Right,
you're
okay.
alone.
Did
But
anyone
is it,
here?
is it
I forgot I was muted.
Did anyone here see where Giovanni went?
he was invisible?
Yeah, can we try
I said
and
here.
find him?
Duh. We should. He's not in range for the badges, right?
You send a message out, you don't get a response.
I have sending! And I still have the spells yet. If it took too long, I would have sent him to try and work out where he was.
Okay, what do you say in your sending message? 20 words or less.
Where the fuck are you? Give us the closest landmarks. Describe really well. I will hit you.
Okay, Giovanni, you a few moments after you recast your visibility and start wandering around the streets, you hear this voice in the back of your head that's familiar and scolding. As you hear as what Johanna has just said, you can reply to that message.
I tell them the 3 biggest buildings I can see.
Okay, so you relay that back
Yeah.
to Johanna. Do you recount that back to the group, Johanna? This false information that I'm not going to make up on the spot?
The 3 biggest buildings that he can see.
Yeah, I mean, we're making up a described scene right now because I don't
Yes.
have in my head
Yes.
a rough idea.
I tell them that it is between the mezzanine and that giant tower that looks like a penis.
Okay, Ranos, give me a survival check with advantage because you've scouted the city and seen it from above.
Oh, that's Nira. Survival with advantage.
Okay, with 20, you know where Giovanni is. He's about 400 feet west of your position. 300 feet.
I'll go. I'll go out and get him in my devil get up.
Okay, so you stay in your barb devil get up, Giovanni. You wander around for a little bit until, as Ranos kind of pings out sporadically on the badge like a sonar. After about 10 minutes or so, you manage to find each other and meet up, and Giovanni is led with Ranos and devil form back to the collector's house.
I take Giovanni's hand and I just slap it a little bit gently.
Ouch!
I slap him to the floor. Finally releasing the tension.
Sorry, I got lost. So many. Everything's red, you know?
Yeah, it's terrible. Is everyone alright?
Yeah, I think so.
That was a hell of a thing we did.
Yeah.
Nice,
Are we
nice,
inside,
nice.
by the way? Should we get
Huh?
inside?
Say again, Jacob?
Are we inside?
You're currently outside of the collector's house, but it's in the side streets, so you're quite secluded right now.
Oh,
Oh yeah, we should move into the foyer, probably.
yeah.
As everyone starts walking through, I'm going to hold Ranos back into like where the last 2 outside, and then I'm just going to lean into his ear and go, "Grab me again, and you will regret it." And then I'm going to walk in with everyone else.
Well, if you like being adorned to houses, I point up to the lemurs, then I won't stop you next time.
I could take him.
I'm sure. We can't. We're a team here, so if you like to go off on your own, then you are probably on your own.
I play ball with you most of the time.
Well, just do
I
it when
just-
it's most needed.
Looking for a fight.
We'll get in plenty back on the Prime. I think
Trust
there's
me.
a giant lich thing to fight, so don't you worry.
I'll savour it, don't worry.
Okay. As you all enter the collector's almost the entrance hall, the large 20 by 20 room, very simple, very simplistic, very empty. Currently, also no one in there. You appear to be alone at the moment with that large, heavy set of double doors at the back that you couldn't see into before.
I raise my hand and look at the others. Tuck, 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 tuck.
Okay, you knock on the door. It kind of the hollow metal sound resounding around and echoing in the chamber. A few moments later, the door cracks open a little bit, and a familiar face pops out as Demi.
Hey, Demi.
Returns. Hello. One moment, please. He shuts the door. 2 minutes later, comes out again. So, how are we all? You're looking wonderfully battered and bruised.
Didn't you have a look through the collar?
No, I had errands to run, unfortunately. Why, was it interesting?
It was.
Well, were you successful?
Indeed,
Of
we
course.
were.
Excellent. Were you seen?
Yes.
Oh, that's terrible.
But no one who. They don't know really what we look like. Most of them
Are you
pretty much
sure?
all died. They pretty much all died, and then the other ones were busy not dying or choking, so no one really saw us.
So none of
Well,
them... Oh, I see. So none of them had lived saw your faces. Good.
Yeah, except for and anyone who may have was choking and trying to not cry.
Well,
So
it'd be
it-
terrible if you would like engage one of them in person-to-person combat and then ran away. That would have just been terrible. As long as you didn't do that, that's fine.
Yeah, no, they all died.
I wouldn't have run away.
It's because they all died.
Curious. And nothing that could be linked back to ourselves, no?
No, we all disappeared and made our way gently back.
Excellent. Well, I'd call that a resounding success. You ought to give yourselves a pat on the back. And the item? You have it, yes?
We do. How about the slave collars?
Oh, but of course. Come here. And he takes a small tool out of his pocket, almost like an Allen key, and unlocks each of the slave collars as they drop to the ground with a heavy clang. And those of you who've been wearing them kind of feel a relief. For these collars, they're not small, they're not comfortable. And it feels like it's a relief to have them off. He puts them down in a corner. I don't worry about the robes, I'll let you keep them, we have plenty. And you probably made them smell a bit now. So you've brought the object back. Well, let me go and get the master. I'm sure he'd like to take it off of your hands. Just wait here. It might be a few minutes. He was just finishing something up. And he turns and heads back. He cracks open the door, slips through, and off he goes. So you all stand there in the entrance hallway, the foyer of the collector's hut, I'm going to call it. Is there anything you guys want to do? Just wait.
Just wait, I think, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. just checking, giving you opportunity. Okay, so about 5 minutes passes before the door opens again. Rather than open just a small crack this time, which it had done with Demi, the door opens fully, and the lumbering form of the collector slumbers forward again. That large, almost reptilian 10-foot creature with various mismatched arms and components and scales steps forwards. It's hard to tell if he's smiling or not. His mouth just goes in many different directions. As he moves forwards, he kind of looks you up and down. Do you have the pearl out now? Okay. As he moves out, he surveys the scene, closes the door behind him. Again, surrounded by that dark, just pure darkness that you can't permeate, as if they stepped out of shadow. He just looks down. Good. Successful. And he holds out his hand for the pearl. One of the large clawed fingers with these 8-inch claws upon them. Okay, you take the pearl and you place it in. As he takes it, he looks it up and down, sniffs it, licks it. This long tongue just kind of covers over it. Good. He kind of almost pulls back a small pouch on his side and just pops it in, and it disappears. Good. You keep deal. I keep deal. with a small hand, he pulled from behind his back. He pulls out a small necklace, and he hands it to you, Johanna.
You need power. Here, I give power.
And he hands you this very simple-looking jeweled necklace. It's like a simple silver chain with a dark black crystal-like jewel set into a pendant on it. Let's see if I've got it. Let's see if I've actually got the item card for it, because I don't. Okay, so let me just add this in. Sorry about this, guys. There we go. That's what I wanted. God, you'd think a DM would be prepared. It's not like he has a week or anything. Okay, I'm assuming you'll identify the item, but the collector has given you this. The Amulet of Planes. So, while we're in the amulet, it does require attunement. You can use an action to name a location you're familiar with on another plane of existence, make a check, and then you cast the planes. Effectively, you cast the plane shift spell. And this will work as a group, so effectively you can use this as the plane shift spell.
Well, this is the best you had.
Fun.
This will take home. This will take many places. Not satisfied.
Just worried. But thank you.
It kind of surveys you.
Is there a way to make sure this is not as random once?
Give it to a smart person.
Yeah.
I'm asking the collector.
Kind of looks you up and down.
I assist first time. One time. Get
Much appreciated.
home. You strong. You capable. No issues.
Right then,
Okay.
Before we
thank-
go, I need more power. You need more power. Servant, explain. I wait.
What do you...
And with that, he just looks you all up and down, gives you a nod, and turns back into his room. Demetrius looks you all up and down, gives you a survey, waits for his master to leave so the door shuts. Now, don't worry, nothing cynical here, don't worry, I'm not going to send you off on another mission. Unless you want it, of course. While you were away, I was quite interested to find out why you were so interested to return to your prime material plane. I mean, it's such a lovely place here. But it appears there are some interesting things going on, no?
we wouldn't know since we're stuck here.
Ah,
I found
well.
reasonable.
It appears that someone has been meddling, someone has been planting some rather destructive magic, some very powerful individuals. More powerful than I must say. Have been wreaking havoc upon your plane.
More powerful than the collector?
Oh, his power is difficult to quantify. He's a special one. But
Is it all over the plane, or is it?
Oh yes. I didn't have much time to take a look, but I at least spotted about 3 locations.
That sounds terrible.
It is. And I can only imagine you want to return and clear up this little mess. No?
That's our intent, yes.
Yes.
Well, if that is your intent, then maybe we can help each other out.
What do you know about this? I maybe correct me if I have asked for. Does he know who Tharizi Dune is?
He does know who that is. He didn't know who Xanthos was.
Ah, okay.
So, I propose, how about a deal, a bit of a trade? My master, as I'm sure you've agreed, sure you've worked out by now, is a collector, a purveyor of artifacts. He tracks them down. He researches things, sifts what you would call truth from legend, fact from myth, and traces down these artifacts, these relics from a bygone era. For what purpose, I must say I don't even know myself. I just work for him. But I can only assume it's something to do with the Blood War. Anyway, we have in our collection several missing spots. And while I love trekking around the planes, the places, the universe in order to track them down, I don't think I need to. You see, these individuals that I've glimpsed upon, power beyond what I can see. Power far beyond what you can see.
Tom, please.
I think that one's... I don't know who's rustling, unfortunately.
It's Tom.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's fine. Anyway, so yes, the power that you hold right now, it pales in comparison. And the mission that you've just been on, a little cakewalk. I'll get to the point. My proposal is this. We seek artifacts of power and knowledge. You, my friends, are going to need a great deal of it in the weeks ahead, months ahead. My proposal is this. In exchange for revealing the locations and the details of these artifacts to you, you collect them. You use them. You then bring them back to us when you're done, and everyone's a winner. What do you think?
If you...
And when I say artifacts, I think means things that, like that pitiful amulet that you hold in your hand right now, look like child's play.
Well, what are these artifacts? Do we know? Will we know them?
I have plenty of information to give you what they are, where you will find them. But I'm not going to disclose that information unless you agree to a deal. Unwritten, of course. A deal, consider it a deal between friends.
So we find them, we use them, we give them back.
In a matter of speaking, yes.
Well, how
Time
does-
has very little meaning to us. I don't care if we will find these artifacts ourselves. It may be, if I put it into your terms, it could be within the next month, could be within the next century. To us, it makes little difference. But if we can hire outside help to collect them for us, well, all the better for us.
I would have one amendment to suggest.
Go ahead.
That you try and not use them against the Prime. If you want to use these artifacts for your Blood War, then that's alright, but...
Oh, no. Well, I can't speak for my master. But we have very little in your plane. Consider it a source of income for us. I wouldn't want to disrupt that. I would even go as far to say as by dealing with this little issue that you found up top, that you'd be doing us a favour. Which is why we're looking to extend such a deal to you in the first place.
do you know... Right, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty desperate. This sounds alright with me. What do you know about these powerful people?
Not much, unfortunately. As I said, their power far exceeds mine. I have limited spying and scrying and knowledge, but they evade even me.
Names, places...
I'm sure you'll figure it out quite quickly. It seems to be quite causing quite a stir up top.
Can I take the Maelstrom Greatsword out the bag?
You can.
Is it something like this?
Looks it over. You speaks a few words of arcane incantation, which you know is an identify spell. No, my darling.
Cool.
And he
It
looks
just
you,
gives me a baseline.
He kind of looks you up and down, looks at the looks at Tinder Strike, which you still wield.
I actually want to as well.
Even that you wield at your side is a pittance in compared to what I'm talking about, dear.
Thank you, but now we have a better baseline than we did before.
I'm glad to be of help.
People?
Actually, looking at it, it's good that you have that. We can talk about that later.
I have a lot of things.
Good. That'll help. Tell you what, let me give you a few moments to discuss it amongst yourselves. I will return shortly. I have some preparations to make. Gives you all a wink, turns back, and heads out of the door. And at that point, we're going to go ahead and take our break, because I really need a drink, unfortunately. So I'm going to take a break, and then we'll have the discussion as well. So if you take 5 minutes now, then we'll have a talk, and we'll go from there. Okay, guys?
Cool.
I've just fixed my computer.
Well,
Damn you.
it'll still be working for when you get back. Back in a moment. Guess who's back again.
World of Warcraft?
Always. They never left.
Oh, that's right.
We did. I stopped for a while, but...
Are we dead? I don't want to be dead.
Oh, you all died. Yeah, sorry.
Last thing I did in World of Warcraft was kill Archimond in the Burning Crusade raid.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a fucking nightmare with my with our guild setup. And then I bought the cool hand item that you can turn in for an set piece.
Okay.
And before I did that, I quit.
Fair enough.
So I just took the loot and was like, bye bye.
Excellent. Yes, moved on a little bit from since then. This expansion's not looking up to be too bad. I'll play this for like a month maybe, and then get bored and stop again. That's what I do most of the time with it. New thing comes out, play it for a month or two, get bored, realise what I'm doing with my life, and get rid of it again.
That's good.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah. I looked at my. You can look up the guilds, right? So I did that, and I was like, good times. But in the guild, I think no one is above 80, so they all quit.
Do you need like all the thingies?
You used to, but with the new one now, you used to have to buy each expansion. You don't need to anymore. I think if you
You
buy
get all the previous one for free with the new one.
Yeah, so if you were to buy...
They're obsolete pretty much.
Yeah, if you bought Battle for Azeroth, you get everything. Previously, you'd have to buy all of them, which was like 120 quid to get started or something ridiculous. So to entice people in, they've just put it to normal.
How much gold is 1 month of game time?
I don't know how much WoW tokens are at the moment. 1 sec. $244,000 gold for one WoW token right now on this server.
Is there a lot?
That's quite a lot. That's a lot of gold. I personally only have about 40,000 gold, but I'm not very good at gold farming.
Okay, because back in the day, what was the cap? 16k?
I don't know. Back in vanilla, I think it was 9999. But I can't quite remember. Yeah. The economy went a bit wibbly wobbly.
It's funny that all the China farmers are gone now, huh?
Yeah,
They've moved on to something else.
It was a good thing to implement to stop them doing it. Anyway, we're all back now, so let us carry on. So, as Demetrius, or Demi, leaves you alone in the foyer of the Collector's Hut, having given you this tempting offer. Discuss.
So, you wanna glue the door shut? Okay, then let's just get the items.
Yes.
The information to where to get. Do we really have? I don't feel like we have much of a choice here, to be honest.
I'm okay with it. Get
I mean,
you guys back home.
if we find them, we bring them back. That just means if we never find them, we're not obligated to anything. I'm guessing they'll find us anyway.
I guess we're gonna have to probably put at least a rudimentary attempt.
I mean, if it's true what he's saying, then I'm guessing all the better, since this piano douche scythe guy.
Yeah, the piano
him.
guy.
Yeah, I think you got it right the first time, actually.
He seemed pretty powerful, sending us all to the hells or possibly a worse place, which I can't really imagine, but he was trying to. So,
I guess
yeah.
somewhere where there's no actual bargains, they just kill us.
I guess it's
Yeah.
do or die trying.
Yeah, I think we need all the help we can get
Yeah.
when it comes to these guys.
Still think we should have taken the corpse of the giant with us. Do you?
The what of the giant?
The corpse.
Oh.
That would have been interesting.
It would have been difficult.
Wouldn't have got an
Mr.
out.
Hoddle, can you just stop a second? We're trying to do something here, right?
Okay. Then.
Can't you see we're busy? Anyone against it? More deals with the devils.
Gotta make a deal with the devil.
No, I'm fine with it. Anything to make us stronger.
Anything to protect the people, we need to.
Yeah.
Nah.
Still want to know what happened to everyone in the castle. It was empty when we left. We came there.
Okay.
Actually, not looking forward very much to returning, seeing all the chaos that seems to have happened.
It's almost safe and calm here. Be nice to stay here. Okay then. So after you spend about a short time debating it, when the debate falls, almost as if you are being listened into, Demetrius reopens the door. So, do we have a deal? Are you interested at least?
Yes.
Good. I thought you would be. And like I said, you'd be doing me a huge favour. Saves me trekking around the multiverse. Well, I'd say then we have a deal. And he puts his hand out for one of you to shake.
Don't look at me. I already shook on the other two.
We haven't written anything, have we?
No written contracts. This is an agreement between friends, allies, comrades, compadres. No magic, nothing fancy, nothing binding. If you like the artifacts you see, go for them. If there's any you don't want, I'll get them myself. It's no problem to me. Just like I said, bring them back when you're done. And if you don't, well, I know where to find you.
Is there a way to contact you?
Just come and see me. You know where I am.
I'll take charge of this agreement.
Hey, he shakes your hand, and then he holds his hand out to Giovanni.
I shake his hand as well.
Okay. Holds a hand out to Zin.
Yeah, I'll shake it.
Holds a hand out to Ranos.
We already had the pleasure, right?
Oh, that was a different deal, friend. That was a different arrangement. Before we were merely business colleagues. Now we're partners.
Alright.
Okay. And he shakes hands with Nira and Rory as well. Rory giving quite a hearty, helpful shake. Nira's quite not sure about it, but goes along with it for the rest of you. Very well. If you'd like to follow me. And he grabs the door and he pulls it all the way open. And as he does so, you no longer see the black shroud. You can see the room behind it, and you can see the chamber behind it as he opens it up. And as he steps through, you all walk through into this new space. And you can see a huge, and I'm talking huge, best I can describe it is a warehouse. The ceiling easily 120 feet tall, wall to wall 200 feet. You can't even see how far back it goes. You can see bookshelves, you can see crates, you can see various boxes and showcases and displays filled with gems, armor, weapons, pearls, scrolls, tomes. It's like if you were walking through Wes's Wondrous Wares' inventory book. Stacked piled high, there are desks here and there, paperwork and notes. You can see large boards with scraps of paper, ancient fragments of text, drawings and glyphs all over the shop. This is a huge warehouse / workshop for containing powerful magical items. You can also see that a lot of them are caged. You can see various locks and arcane glyphs and things that appear to be providing some kind of wards or protections to things. You can see at least a dozen automatons, large golem-like creatures patrolling the area. Some of them are moving crates, some of them are shifting things around. It's quite big in here, and there was no notice of this from the outside. The only building of the hut was that small 20 by 20 building that you stood in before. You can see the collector. He's kind of. You can see he's over by one of the boards. You can see he's reading through some kind of ancient piece of scrap of paper with old runic languages written on it that you don't recognise and understand. He turns round to you as a group. He's about 20 feet off to the right. Yes.
Good. We have deal. Good. There. Read. Understand.
And he points over to his desk with various tomes and bits of parchment that have been laid out on a desk. Demetrius turns to you. Here are some of the items that we'd like you to see what you can find. And he walks over to the table. And you can see this large, it's almost like a writing desk set up with about half a dozen documents laid out on it. Okay. So, for the purposes, I'm going to read some information to you. Later on, I'm going to give you a write-up and I'll pop it in Discord, so you can actually get a copy of it as well, because I'm still tweaking some of the finer details. But you should have a bit of a rough idea of what we're getting here. Okay, so I will walk you through each of the items and tell you what we know about them. So, first up for sale on this auction. I'm joking. He pulls out a document. A sheet of paper. It's got some. Basically seems to be scrawled notes, but it appears to be written in Elvish for those of you who speak it. This here we have here a weapon, sword and cloak even, known as the Feathergale. A magical weapon once wielded by a powerful archfey. It said it would give you the power to flight, and even the power to control parts of the ethereal plane. Last found in parts of the Feywild. Currently owned by a huntress by the name of Hadronissa. Like I said, I'll give you this write-up. Puts that piece of paper down. Pulls up another document. This one covered in arcane runes and sigils. And the next item we'd like you to go and have a look for is... what's this? One second, peers closely. His handwriting is terrible sometimes. Big hands. Claws don't help. Yes. The Chakrams of Morden Canaan. Legend has that the sage of old was quite an experimenter. Had a lab. This is of his own creation in some hidden dimension. Where it is, we don't know. But all we can tell you is there is a hidden laboratory somewhere that this Morden Canaan fellow created, and one of the weapons that he devised were these magical spinning discs. Great power. But I'm sure there are great other treasures laying within as well.
Have we heard that name before?
Morden Canaan? Those magically inclined people would probably know it as one of the old sages, one of the old wizards.
He led the first mage convention.
Yeah, he was part. He may have been one of the founding six. Next item. Let's have a look. This one's a little bit vague. We don't actually have a name for it, but we call it the Primal Essence. Now, this one you should be quite familiar with. It is said that there were 4 legendary weapons created, which for each signified and embodied part of the elemental planes. A dagger, a trident, a spear, and a pick. Once these 4 weapons are brought together, they form something much greater. I can see you already have one of them. Have you had experience with the others?
We have the trident.
We might have an idea where the
where 2 of the others
reside.
Yeah, we
Excellent.
have the spear as well.
Good. Well, good to know you're onto a good start. Well, as I said, there was the wind spear, the fire dagger, the water trident, and the Pick of the Earth, also known as Iron Fang. It was once on this plane, but not for very long. It's been, last I heard, a meddling group of adventurers not too dissimilar from yourself sent it careening back to the howling wastes of the earthen plane. There it sits with its master, a titan, a primeval elemental by the name of Ogamosh. If you were to collect such a thing, bring them together, I'm sure that you could create something quite special.
Should have gone for Pick of Destiny, by the way.
Yes.
Sorry.
That's what they make. Let's have a look. What else have we got here? What else have we got? Pulls up another scroll. This one written in Dwarvish. Ah, yes. The treasure hoard of the last king under the mountain. Quite dramatic, don't you think? Rumour has it, legend has it, that there was once a mighty dwarven civilization, a bastion, under an active volcano. The last king was a bit of a greedy one, though. He liked to dig, he liked the jewels and the gems. And some say he dug too deep. And found something that was a little less favourable. I heard that such a kingdom was recently rediscovered, in fact.
Oh
Did
yeah?
you happen to know anything about that? You seem well-travelled.
Yeah, right.
Heard a rumour.
Ah, good. Well, I'm sure you've heard much more. You've been spending a lot more time up there than I have. But I'm sure if you were able to dig to the bottom and deal with whatever it was they found, that you would find some great treasures, including a mighty axe. Maybe more. Looks down. Ah, yes. Almost done. The next item on our list up for debate. Storm Shield. Once forged for a mighty storm giant from the Battle of the Dragons, wielded by the champion Thrime. It was lost, not on their plane in fact, but on yours. Lost at sea. Last that we found that it currently resides on a small island far off the coast of the Sword Coast, surrounded by perpetual storms and maelstorms. The last one, not the last one. Sorry, I've got a bit of a haphazard list here. The next one that may be of interest to you, the Ring of the Spirit Seer. Not much is known about this one, in fact. Its origins are unknown to us. All that we know was it was last seen within the Forgotten Woods.
Forgotten Woods?
The Forgotten Woods. I'm sure you'll find
That
it
is
on the
right.
map.
It's a place. Yeah.
It is a place. It's a place. It is a wood on the Primaterium. I'll give you a map in a minute.
Okay.
And the last one that we've been searching. Now, this one may be not to your tastes. Most people shy away from it, but I thought I'd throw it in for good measure. Yes, here, a mighty artifact wielded by any mage, the Hand of Vecna. Last found, last noticed, or last spotted, hidden deep within a catacombs within the Shadowfell.
Jules starts heavy breathing.
This is a wet dream come true.
Continue.
So, those are the items, those are the artifacts that we are currently interested in, that we believe are within your grasp. So, the Feathergale sword that resides in the Feywild with the Wild Hunt. The chakrams of modern Canaan, hidden somewhere in an extra-dimensional laboratory. The hoard of the last king under the mountain. Well, I'm sure you can guess what that is. The primeval weapons. The storm shield, located off a small island, not far from Waterdeep, from what I can tell. And the ring of the Spirit Seer, lost somewhere within the Forgotten Woods. Oh, and of course the hand within the Shadowfell. Do you think you can do those? Are there any that do not pique your interest? I'll go get them myself. Feel free to have a think about it.
It'll take some time. Maybe we'll contact you.
I would be most happy to hear from you. Do you have any questions?
What's our reward for getting these?
Your reward is that you get to use them.
Think you have anything, looking at this marvelous collection, anything that might ease the acquisition? What's the word?
I'm not sure,
You know what I
actually. Acquisition.
Acquisition.
You have it already.
Hmm?
The amulet.
Speaking
Well,
good.
yeah.
I mean, it'll take you home, but it'll take you many places. As long as you're not a fool. And I don't think most of you are not fools.
Wait.
Just smiles. As I said, find them, seek them out, use them, do what you want with them. I don't care. Don't destroy them. They're not very good in our collection if you do that. Do what you want with them. Do what you need. Then bring them back to us and we can add them to our collection.
About these powerful people. You said you knew something?
I know
Maybe?
nothing. I know very little about these individuals apart from that they are very old. Very powerful. Not ones that I recognize, unfortunately. But to be honest, I didn't care to look.
Okay. We'll send them your way.
I
Something
prefer
to-
it if you didn't, but
No,
Oh.
I mean something for your spikes on the roof.
if you could do that, I'm sure I could find something extra special for you. Some of the trophies around displaying trophies is one of my hobbies.
How do they ever get down from the spikes?
Only if we rotate them out to put new ones up there.
Weird sense of humor.
So,
If you have nothing else to offer, I think
nothing
write
but
down what
my-
we need.
Nothing but my hospitality and dashing good looks.
Hospitality might be.
You are welcome to stay within the foyer as long as you wish. We have no use for it.
Maybe an hour and then we'll go. People, just freshen up a little.
We need to go as soon as possible, though.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, then. If your master will assist us getting back home, that would be most appreciated.
Okay.
We'll copy down the list of items.
Yeah,
on our way.
I'm just doing a very basic write-up of the details now.
Yeah, that's fine. Just in character.
Yeah. Okay, so,
We haven't had a rest yet, have we?
you haven't had a
A
rest.
before we go.
If you want to have a rest, I mean, yeah, you probably should do before returning to the prime material. It might be worth resting.
Yeah.
Well, I want to go back since everything's fucked.
I mean, everything's been fucked for a little while now. We've been down here a little while. 10 minutes longer is not going to hurt, is it?
You're probably right.
Yeah, let's do a short rest then.
Okay, if you want to go ahead and roll your short rests, and whoever wants to attune to the amulet of plane shift, because you still need to do the achievement for it, unfortunately. But if you want to go ahead and do that, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so we are forced to do a short rest anyways.
Yeah.
Giovanni, I think you might be the most qualified for the job.
Yeah. I'll unattune to the Ring of Mind shield and attune to this necklace. Or the amulet.
Oh yeah, Ranos, can I have my hat back?
Oh yeah, of course. Boop. Add 6 to your rest.
My computer's been shit again, so I will roll my rest once I've not got a shit.
Oh,
computer.
Mandolin, how I've missed you. I should get you an upgrade at some point.
the job for the next downtime.
I haven't lost any HP. How about that? Oh wait, I still have the sucker marks only from the death kiss.
Yeah.
Probably pretty gnarly actually.
Okay, I think that's all of them. So we've got Fettergale, the Chakram Spawn, Cone, Horde, the Last King of the Realms, the Primal Essence, the Storm Shield, the Ring of the Spirit Seer, and the Hat of Vecna.
I really want that shield if it's unexplainable.
There is a little blurb about the history of each item, which I will give you bits of, to go along with the paperwork would have got. But like I said, I'm still finalising some of the details. Unfortunately, my addiction to other games has delayed me, and I'm going to fully admit that.
That's the first part to recovery.
Thanks, Ranos. So yeah, that's your list.
All right, let's.
Okay, so you spend an hour, you rest, you reattune, you gather yourselves. If anyone hasn't rolled hit die that wants to, I suggest doing so.
I will do it in just a minute.
No problems. And if you have your arcane recoveries, obviously, you've recalled your etc. etc. I'm sure you guys know how to do a short rest by now.
You could be surprised.
You know what? I wouldn't be actually.
I'm going to roll 4 hit die when I get back, by the way.
No problems.
Just in case you see it come randomly, just because my character sheet's not working.
What does Nira get back? Sorcery points?
I don't think she gets anything. Maybe it's also required.
Oh, I get my rages back. And I get my spell.
I forgot I could action surge. I could totally have hit that thing more than once.
I'm so glad you forgot.
I mean, you could have killed it, and then the stream of other ones that came before it. You narrowly, I will say, you narrowly avoided it because I rolled the wrong. Because when you did that first round of stealth checks, your average was 17.1, and the creature rolled a 17. But that was the wrong creature. It was only a 16. So you go back. Okay. So you all rest up. You gather your thoughts. You patch up your wounds. You get ready for your return to the prime material plane. You've only been in the Hells for about 3 to 4 days, but it feels like an eternity. The weather has been horrible, and it's been an arduous trip the entire way. But it is time to return. Sorry, my cat's being a spaz. Anyway, so after an hour or so, the collector comes back as you're resting before he opens up. And now you can, even when the door opens fully, you can now see the huge warehouse behind him. The shroud of darkness apparently lifted for you, so that you can now see what's within. He looks at you.
You ready? You go.
Yes.
Let's do it, man.
Yes.
Okay.
Where are we going to? We haven't even discussed this.
Yeah, where do you
Like,
want
it
to go
takes you
to?
to the location you think of.
Vigil Keep.
Corvin.
Corvin.
They have a teleport circle there. It's more out the way.
We have a teleport circle at Vigil as well, don't we?
I know, but it means we could teleport from Corvin to Vigil. But it means if something bad has happened in Waterdeep that's got into Vigil.
We were at Vigil the last time we got sent to the Hells, so Corvin is probably better.
He's got a point.
Yeah.
I mean, we can tell. Nira still has
Did she have a 5th level left?
2 actually. Yes.
Okay then. So you can go there and you can pretty much instantly go there. And you have a Hearthstone.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can send and just have a check with someone. We can go and have a spy. We can do something and then be a bit safer.
Yeah, let's go to Corvin, see what's what, and then
We're going to Corvin.
Yeah.
maybe Jano's there.
Good old
Probably
Jarno.
not. I don't know.
Okay.
Need to get our bearings first.
Do you need me to roll?
Not this time.
Okay.
First one's free.
Oh.
I think you should roll anyway, just to see what will happen.
Would you be? Can't you not just re-roll once you arrive?
Yeah, it's a stupid item in the fact that you can just keep spamming. There's no cooldown to it. You just go.
I mean, you're free to change that.
Nah, I like it. Because
Yeah, I mean, what about?
I can do things in those minutes. Don't worry. I'm not going to change the item. Don't worry. But the item effectively does run round, and it just works as you can just keep. I don't know if you can hear that, but anyway, sorry, my cat's being distracting again. And just tricked my girlfriend out of her seat.
What the cat has?
Yeah.
No. She's doing her job then, huh?
Anyway, okay then. So, as I compose myself, you're not helping. Anyway,
We can hear her.
Anyway, so as you all sit around, you form your teleportation circle that you're used to within the foyer. And Giovanni, as you call upon the power of the Amulet of the Plane, you feel its magic begin to work. You watch as the collector in the corner begins to mutter a few arcane words of incantation under his breath as well, which seems to feed into your spell, in reinforcing it and bolstering the shell of the magic itself. You focus in your mind on Corvin Castle. You've been there a few times now. You know it well, and you focus and you cast the spell of Plane Shift. And you all feel that sudden jolt of the floor leaving you. Similar to that feeling of the teleportation spells, but worse. You feel yourselves floating within the abyssal sea. Nothing surrounding you but darkness.
Thanks, Collector.
Nothing surrounding you but darkness, and the odd pinpricks of light that appear to be almost like stars in the far distance that you have no idea what they are. And you hang there for a little while. Not long. Moments. Maybe minutes? Hard to tell. And then with a heavy thud, you land again. On the outskirts, on the outside of Corvin Castle, right next to your tried and tested teleportation circle. It is...
Tom, please.
I will serve and mute you, man.
What am I doing?
I don't know.
I don't even know I'm doing anything.
Stuff's coming up
You're
from your side.
rubbing something against something else.
Yeah. That.
Yes, definitely that.
But I meant that whatever, 'cause the sound was coming. Never mind. Anyway, so you land outside of Corvin Castle. It is sunny. The sun is high in the sky. There's a cool breeze that you haven't felt in such a long, long time that blows through. You can hear the sound of birds chirping. You can feel the sun on your face. And it's just nice. You breathe in fresh air, fresh, cool air. Yeah, you're home. You look around. The gate to the keep is shut. You have a look around. You do not see any guards patrolling at this point. It is quiet.
Well, that seems to have worked. Dum 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 dum.
You knock on the... You take a moment to collect yourselves, and then knock on the keep. Moments later, the door opens, and you see a guard in full armor answer the door. Can I help you?
Hello, where's Yano? And
Is he expecting you?
no, but I think we were wards here once. Did you remember us? Like
Sorry,
half a year ago?
I'm new. I've only been here a week.
Okay,
Is there? Can I take a name?
Ignium Cete.
Ignium. Oh, I've heard of you guys. Yes. Jarno is in his study. Please follow me.
Is Hendrik in? What about Logan?
Heinrich has he has left for the south.
Okay.
If you'd follow me. He leads you through the quiet halls of Corvin Castle, back through the study. Sorry, through the Great Hall. Knocks on the study. You hear the familiar voice of Jarno. Yes, come in. The door opens, and you see Jarno surrounded, as always, by paperwork. He's a bit ragged. You can see deep bags under his eyes, where he's possibly had a lack of sleep. Doesn't look too. He looks a bit tired, looked haggard. But as he looks up and sees you as a group entering the room, his eyes light up. Hello, my friends. I thought you were dead. And he runs over and gives.
I'm not the only one.
Gives you a big hug. Come in, sit down. Where have you been?
Oh, the hells?
I'm not sure if you mean literally or metaphorically, but please sit down.
Both.
I'll get you some food and drink. And he calls to the guard. Frederick, please, if you could grab us some refreshments, please. Yes, sir. And he heads off. Please, sit down. He takes you out into the Great Hall, where you've sat many times for many meals.
What date is it?
That's a good question. Let me have a look at the calendar.
What date was it when we left?
You left. I'm just trying to work it out now. So let's do that. Let's put that 1, 2 there. Sorry, I'm just working it out. Okay. He says, he looks over a calendar. Today's it's the 11th of August. You left. You remember the last day that you remember being on the prime material plane was the 22nd of July. It's been about 2 to 3 weeks.
How long did we think we'd been gone? Like, how long
gone?
have we spent in hell?
About 3 days?
The lines, yeah.
Actually, sorry, no, it's the 12th of August. So, it's been 3 weeks since you originally left the prime material plane.
We were 3 weeks, man. We were gone for 3 days. It felt.
Well, I can assure you, it's been longer, and it's been a busy 3 weeks. I can tell you.
We were whisked away. There was a big spire destroying Waterdeep, and then we were whisked away to the hells. And yeah, what happened?
That's what I've heard. I've not been down there myself, but I've heard of the catastrophe that's befallen the great city, the one that I once called home. There was a call to arms.
You're lucky that we made you steward, huh?
Yes. God knows what would be happening if I was there now. But yes, many of our standing forces, that though slim as they are, have been sent south. Sent must have been a week or so ago now, to reinforce the city. I must admit I've not had a chance to go down there myself and see what's going on. I've been trying to work to keep supply lines open. With Waterdeep out of commission, it's, for want of a better word, it's kind of fucked us. Trade is flowing, but it's not easy.
Has this happened someplace else, or is it just Waterdeep?
I've heard rumours of more, but I've been focused on Waterdeep. There are words that even the High Forest itself has been affected, and other places too. But news travels slowly in these times, and I've been quite isolated here, as you can see. All this paperwork, trade route documents, and shipping manifests, and just trying to get movements down from the north. The dwarves aren't helping either.
So what about the Lord's Alliance?
Still holding, trying to do what they can. Well, some of them are, not all of them.
Are we at war?
War? I don't.
And with whom?
I don't think so. Someone has taken our city, and we're trying to take it back.
Any other cities on the Sword Coast affected?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm not saying there is none, but the rumors have not reached me this far.
Okay.
But I can tell you though, your keep, what was it called?
Vigil.
Ah, yes, it still stands. The general there, I forget his name. Marcus, I think. I've heard that he's using it as a base station to rally troops in the area.
So is the city being counter?
Sorry, say again?
Is the city being counter sieged? So your own troops trying to get into the city or trying to?
I must say, I wish I had more information for you, friend, but I'm quite far out of it now these days, and
Okay.
not a lot of news is travelling. I think they're trying to keep what they can contained. As I said, we've sent forces south, and we're trying to maintain shipping routes. People have even started using Luskan as a base. A lot's happened over the 3 weeks. We've been gone.
Any survivors making their way up here?
None. I don't think it's quite that simple.
All right. Good. I think we'll be on our way then. Thank you so much for the information.
Before you go, last time we spoke, you were heading to the lost city of the dwarves. Is that true?
True.
Ah, okay. Keep your ears out. There's been movement, and as I said, I've been sending forces south, but the dwarves, they're not cooperating with us.
Well, we cleared the. I think we cleared the immediate threat in Gauntlet Grim, but we left and were whisked away. So
I understand.
It's probably them trying to retake what they lost.
I've done
It was
what I
quite
can.
the slaughter, actually.
I've tried to speak to them, but they're unwilling to send any of their forces with to assist. There's
There might be more to the Gauntlet Grim than meets the eye.
All I'm saying is that you have favour with them. You have contacts there. If you could reach out to them at some point, it would be great. It would be of great help to us. We need their forces.
Noted.
Very well. As you've been saying, this food and drink has been brought out. Nice, fresh fruit and meats and proper water and ales and the like have been brought out for you. Not a lot. It's quite sparse, but compared to your dietary consumptions within the last few days, it's heavenly.
Anyone want some rage with that? No? No, okay.
So, what are your plans now then? You're welcome to stay here. We have plenty. The entire barracks is empty now.
We'll go to Vigil, see what's happening.
Very well.
We haven't seen our people that live with us. They might all be dead, we don't know. So, we'll have to see.
Very well. I'll continue to do what I can here, and keep in mind what I said. Be careful out there. These are dangerous times.
Is it better now?
As Rados tries to heighten the mood. Anyway.
Stay safe. If any trouble comes your way, let us know.
I will, and good luck. Gives you a nod.
Thanks for the meal.
You're always welcome here.
I like what you did with the potatoes. Is that like
thank you.
rosemary?
Bit of rosemary and thyme.
Okay.
Don't forget the cheese. Right.
But of course. It's almost became a bit of a delicacy here.
Alright, Nira?
Yes?
Will you do the honors?
Yes?
Good?
Yes? as you head outside and you find the teleportation circle that Yano had inscribed here. You gather around. Nira takes out the Hearthstone rather than using the teleportation circle ability, so keep your 5th level spells. Using the teleportation, using the Hearthstone, it takes a minute to cast it, and you all, once again, only recently having sat down, feel the lurch once again of instantaneous transportation as you are whisked away over to Vigil. Moments later, after finding yourselves again adrift in the astral sea, you drop down again within the familiar home of within Vigil Keep. You land with a heavy thud and a flash of light. As soon as you land, you hear a shout, like "Ah!" And as you all kind of adjust your vision, you see a dozen soldiers. All have drawn their weapons and pointing them directly at you. Ah! And you recognise them as they're wearing formal military regalia that you've seen around Waterdeep time after time. Hey, who's there? Identify yourselves!
Ignium Cete. Protectors of Waterdeep. I say in a small voice.
As you say this, you watch as the guards they look at each other. You hear a few murmurs. We believe Ignium Cete to be dead. Can you prove yourselves?
We probably have. Don't we have royal badges?
I think so. I think you've got. I think Silverhand
I
would have
pop
given
up
you.
Bodger. This is again. He's
pop
an
out the
actual badger.
And you kind your comm badges have kind of become a bit synonymous as well. He looks you over. Ah, yes. I recognise the badger. It's the scarf. No one else would be crazy enough to do that. Very well. Well, it's good to see that you're alive. The general will want to speak with you. Follow me. And he leads you. You see as a dozen of these soldiers, and you see there are a lot of them seem to be doing some kind of drills inside the main area or doing some supply runs. And you're led through to Tom. I will slap you. In a nice way.
I'm not doing it on purpose, I swear.
That's fine. As
Maybe I am.
If I'll just serve you. You are brought through the familiar yet strangely cold halls of Vigil Keep. As you are brought through to your own war room, which is full of soldiers and officers and various individuals. As you enter the room, there's a lot of talking. There's a lot of even as you enter the room, you can hear heightened voices. People are arguing within this room. And as the door is opened, the soldier knocks first. The shouting stops, and you hear a, "What is it?"
Sorry, I'll continue. I'll be right back.
Okay. I have Ignium Cete here. What? Bring them in. As you all enter the the war room, you can see a dozen or so individuals, officers, and various ranks of military status around the room. You can see at the very end of the room a towering man that commands the presence of the room. A tall, well-built human man, a great big red beard and frizz and well-cut buzz cut of red hair, in full plate mail with his helmet off to the side on one table of this ornate armor, looks up as you guys enter the room. Well, I'll be damned. We thought you were dead. Come in, come in. As you all filter into the room, he turns around to says to his officers, "We'll continue this discussion later. Leave us." As you hear several grumbles and grunts of disapproval from the other military personnel as they filter out of the room, and several of them giving you dirty looks. Many of them older individuals, veterans, or your backseat generals. Until it is just yourself and this one imposing figure in the room.
Well, Ignium Cete, it is nice to meet you and good to see you alive. I'm High General Marcus Embermain. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. I don't know where you've been, but quite honestly, since you've been gone, everything's gone to shit. Sit down.
What happened?
What do you know so far?
Well,
Wait, where have you been?
I'll tell you. We came back here. The keep was empty. If you know, and if anyone living here survived the initial onslaught, that would be great to know. We came here. We were met by music outside. There was a person named Arundel Dawnscythe, and he talked to us. Then a spire erupted from Waterdeep, and we were sent to hell, quite literally. And we've been spending all this time getting back here as quick as possible.
Well, you could have done it quicker. Very well. For your first question, upon arrival of this keep, it was abandoned. No one in sight. No signs of a struggle, no battle, no blood marks, as if everyone had disappeared. Yourselves included. That's why we assumed you're gone. Well, here's what we know so far.
He points out the window.
Actually, follow me. It might be easier.
He gets up and starts to walk outside.
Yeah, full.
You'll follow?
Top of the tower?
Yeah.
Okay. As you all head outside, you can head into your courtyard, and you can see 24, maybe a small regiment of soldiers that are all to be appear to be performing some kind of combat drills. And he just, as the general walks out, they all stop, give a salute and a bow, and then continue on their work. The general gives a nod of approval or acknowledgement to some of the soldiers. You exit your front gate, and you see before you, well, where you'd normally see the city of Waterdeep. You can see the tower in the distance. You're about a mile from the city itself, from the city walls, and you can see that towering ivory tower of soaring into the sky. And from this distance, now in the daylight, you can see it a bit better, and you can see it stands about 250 to 300 foot tall. But that's not all you see. What you also see what appears to be a huge dome, some kind of dome-like structure that has that covers the entirety of the city. It's translucent, almost made of a thick purplish goo, almost. But you can see it resonates, and it shifts, and it churns, and it changes. And it seems to cover the entirety of the city. And from here you can see it extends to about 100 feet away from the actual city wall.
Is the general still with us, yeah?
The general's still with you, yeah. He points up. Oh, go on.
Has anyone tried to get through that? And I point at the
Yes.
dome.
Not long after the tower appeared, that barrier, God darn it, enveloped the city. It took us a while to work its intent. Passing through it is not an issue. Getting into the city is not a problem. Getting out is. From what we can tell, the barrier will allow anyone entry. But once you're in, there is no way of getting out. We've tried magics. We've tried tunneling. Once you're in, you're in. We've lost many a good man there. And it's growing. It started at the city walls, and each day it pushes out. Not far. Maybe a few feet a day. But it's growing.
And can you get messages from inside?
What are the conditions like inside?
Messages are garbled. We've had some reports from inside, though they are unreliable.
I got messages from inside.
Good.
I
Maybe you
sent
can help
them.
us then. From what we can tell, everyone inside the city is still alive. But only just. The reports I've received state that this field, whatever it is, drains the life force from anything within inside, but it doesn't kill them. Keeps them there, on the edge of death. Almost as if it's sucking the last drops without ending the victims. It's been doing that for weeks and keeps growing. We've sent men inside. They've not returned.
Is there a relation between growing and the siphoning of life force?
We don't know at this point. We've got our best scholars working on it. Unfortunately, almost all of our arcane knowledge and temple powers rest within that city. Getting information from elsewhere is taking time. For now, we've set up a quarantine. We've set up a blockade around the city. No one is to go in, no one is to come out. And that's all we can do for now, while we can try in some way to take back this city. We've got forces from here. Patrolling forces have returned. We have forces who have been sent down from Netherwinter and up from Baldur's Gate. We're still awaiting reinforcements from the dwarves, but they're taking their fucking time.
We heard.
And this is not the only one. It's the only one I care about right now. I've heard word.
The only one what?
This is not the only place this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard word. Reports have reached me that the High Forest has received a similar construction. The elves of Silvermoon are currently doing what they can. There's word of even further south. Down in the jungles of Cholt, another has appeared. God knows what's going on down there. But right now it's not my concern. There may be more, but as I said, I have one to focus on and one only. Now what can you do to help us? You are sworn protectors of this city. Please
I
tell
think
me
we could.
something.
I think we might have a chance to get the dwarves off their collective asses.
Anything you can do would help.
And
If I can get
would
enough
not.
forces here, I can storm that city. And take out that tower. But right now, I just can't risk it. Not enough men.
How many are there creatures inside?
There are undead pour forth from the barrier every day. Not many. Almost wandering, lost. They have no issue. They seem to have no issue permeating the field. The barricade is set up to keep them at bay as well.
Okay, we have allies. We even might be entering the barrier. But first, I think it's
Well,
sensible to talk to the dwarves. That
if you're going
go
to enter
quite
the
quickly.
barrier, if you do plan to go in there, you better have a good plan. I and the rest of us here are willing to support you. But we need assurances that you have a plan and that you will succeed. Otherwise, you're on your own.
we won't just go inside. Your scholars, are there any outside?
None here.
You can talk to?
We have one of the wizards, the scholar Deckard. He managed to get out. He tried to
Good.
save Lord Silverhand, but wasn't quick enough. As far as we know, he's dead.
So you're in charge while...
I command the military forces here from both the north and the south, and oversee the army's functions and the blockade.
Okay.
And I will oversee the dwarven armies when they get their fucking asses here. If.
Well, I think we could probably talk to them.
Anything you can do would be of great assistance. For now, we
Through a
request
wall.
to use your home base as our operations center. There's nowhere fucking else to do it.
Of course.
You can spend tomorrow trying to see how many messages I can get. If it may work if it worked before.
Okay. So you try that.
I can do that.
Gio,
I
you
could
best
do it
talk to
Wednesday.
Deckard about these arcane things.
Yep.
See how downstairs is doing. No?
Yes.
Jojo.
Yes.
And I'll rattle off a list of names to him about, or someone who would know, keeping tally about our compatriots here.
Okay. No issues. Alright. It takes a lot of work getting supplies moved in here and organising this rabble. If you need me, I'll be in the war room. Good. And whatever you're gonna do it fast, will ya? You're waiting around long enough.
Just gives you a nod and heads back into the keep, leaving you all stood outside the walls of Vigil Keep, staring at this strange, luminous, arcane barrier that's engulfed the city.
Well, I'm asking money back from Wes. This entry barrier didn't do shit.
Well, it may have done, you wouldn't know.
Yeah. Where's Fred? Man. It's all gone to shit.
You,
So, yeah. Let's talk to Deckard. See if the coot knows anything.
okay. So
I've got a level 4 spell left, so I'm gonna just try sending Bodger. Can you please stop scratching against the post
Tom,
when I'm
seriously,
talking?
please.
he's server muted now.
Okay.
If you need to say anything, Tom, put the message in either Discord or World20. We love you.
I've mostly been pretending it's Bodger because it makes it easier. But
So, what
I
did you
have
say?
4 level, so can I see a message Vala and see if I can get a response?
Message who, sorry?
Vala?
Yeah.
It worked before. So,
Uh,
so it's a level 4 spell.
Yep, roll me a d20. Sorry, actually, no, make me a wisdom check.
Wait, cool. So I have to open a new thing. Wisdom check. Wisdom.
18. Okay, what would you like to send?
We're back home now. Finding ways to help. Sit rep, please.
We are at Vigil.
Yeah, but home is Vigil. We're Vigil.
You receive a message back. Welcome back. We are patrolling the barriers. I will come and see you soon.
Cool.
Okay, what do the rest of you want to do?
So Deckard is the guy who knows about the magic stuff.
Deckard is the head scholar
Hot
that we
mage,
have here.
right?
Yeah. I'll go see him.
Okay. You ask around, one of the soldiers points you towards the alchemy lab that Nira and Johanna had set up,
Right.
which is in the back room here, and tells you that's where Deckard is currently staying.
Yeah, I'll go there and see if it's there.
Okay, is anyone else going with Giovanni?
I want to check downstairs. In the downstairs place.
Okay.
And then I'll go find them afterwards.
Okay. Ranos, is there anything you want to do? Do you just want to mill around? Do you want to go with Giovanni, or...?
I'll go check the perimeter, actually.
Okay, so Giovanni and Zin, you head over towards the alchemy lab, and as you open it up, you can see Old Man Deckard. He seems to be sat at one of the desks, one of the alchemy desks. A lot of the kit seems to have been moved over to one side, and he seems to be poring over some old tomes. As when you open the door, he says, I didn't know what.
Hi.
Hi, hello,
Yes.
friend. Come in,
Yes.
come in.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to see you. Come in, come in.
Yes. So
I
I'm.
thought you were dead.
We were, but we're not.
That's quite the trick there. I'd have to learn it someday.
Yeah. I'll show you. I promise. But right now we got some stuff to take care of.
You and me both, friend.
What do you know about the barrier and the magic's going on?
Well, it appears, from what I've seen in my tests, it appears to be both arcane and necrotic in composition. Some kind of draining field. It seems to have a power source, from what I can tell. Tell me, young one, what do you know about ley lines?
I probably do.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Let's see.
You've heard the term.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard the term, and you've heard the term because the ley lines are theorized, almost underground currents, which distribute effectively the magical energy of the weave around the world, around the continent. I assume you recite this back to him.
Yes.
Good. I'm not talking to an idiot. Well, what few people know is that the city of Waterdeep, it sits atop a convergence of these ley lines.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that they may be powering this tower. I have no proof, but it's just a theory of mine.
Yes, but someone must have instigated the tower.
Oh, of course, someone of
Yeah.
great power has erected this tower. I
Yeah.
believe it draws energy from the ley lines, from the weave itself, to power both power itself, but also to generate to converge energy.
Do you
I'm
think
not
there's a
really
way to-
I'm not really into all this magic shit, but is there any way we could draw that power away from the tower?
or switch it off?
I highly doubt it. These ley lines, they permeate the world itself, built into the very fabric of our plane. Some even say that they operate and manage the barriers between planes, and keep the surrounding cosmology from leaking into ours. To turn them off would cause a cataclysmic event. I've seen what I can do to disrupt them, but to do so would require far more power and knowledge of such things than I have. These old tomes, they tell little more than what I've shared with you already.
Oh.
It was just a thought.
Yeah.
To be honest, my best assessment would be to destroy the tower itself.
Just smash it?
It may be sometimes the simplest solution is the most effective, I find.
Right.
But there must be some form, even within the tower, there must be some form of focusing iris, some kind of power source that is draining and controlling this energy. Perhaps simply removing that would dispel our issues. That would mean getting past Xanthus's minions, though.
Right.
Not an easy task.
How wide, or what are the dimensions of the tower?
Hard to say, but from what I can tell, it stands a good 250 feet tall, maybe about 50 wide. It's hard to get accurate measurements.
Yeah.
And it appears to be
I'm not sure what it is made of. If I had samples, I could tell, but getting anything out of there right now is nigh impossible.
Well, thank you. Is there anything more you think you can share with us right now?
Nothing that I have to hand. If you happen to find an expert on interplanar barriers and ley line energy, please send them my way. For now, I will continue to pore over what megatomes that I have.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I leave.
Okay. Johanna, you head downstairs. You head through the cellar. It is not guarded. Well, there's only one guard outside the storage room, and he lets you down without issue. As you head downstairs, the storage room is practically empty. The wine cellar has been emptied out. A lot of the food stores are gone. You'll assume they've probably been pilfered and redistributed to military personnel as required. As you head southwards, which room do you go to?
Well, I need to go into the shrine
You want
to
to go
get
to the
to
shrine
you.
first, do you?
So the shrine first.
Okay. As you enter the room, it is completely empty. There's no shrine. There's no candles. There's no tapestries. There's no iconography. It's completely blank.
You okay?
Then, just for a moment, your vision clouds and blurs for a second, and almost you see almost like a projected image in front of you, wavy and it's very how do I describe this? It's wavy, almost translucent, as if it's something you've seen in a dream before. You watch as the shrine itself shifts into focus for a second that you recognise before, and then shifts out again, leaving nothing there. And you hear a voice in the back of your head. Well, less of a voice, more of a sound. Shh. Your secret is safe. And that's it.
Cool. I'm just gonna knock onto Kiliath's door and then see if I can pop my head around.
Okay. Moving on to that for Zim. You knock on and you enter the room. It is as you remember it. Kendall's bed's there. There's a dresser, etc. A few torches, which are not lit, but the room's empty. No one in there.
Does it look like she left anything behind, like in a hurry or like without planning to?
The room looks pretty much undisturbed. You don't see any signs of a struggle in here. Seems pretty as if she'd just gone out for lunch.
Yeah, I was wondering if it looked like she disappeared or if she just left.
Looks like it's almost as if you get the feel. It's very much the same feel that when you first came back to the keep several days ago. That is almost like everyone and everything in this keep just vanished.
Cool. I want to go back through the shrine, pat where the shrine should be, and so just say thank you for everything again. I'm going to wander off and find the rest of them.
Okay. You wave your hand through and it appears as if there's nothing there.
Yeah, it's the intention rather than the thing.
But you know it's there, really. As you head out. Ranos, you want to do a perimeter? You wanted to have a sweep around?
Yeah, I'm pretty much just go meet Vala on the way, so to speak. Just see what's what closer to the barrier.
Okay. So as you pop outside and you have a wander around, and you can now see dozens and dozens and dozens of tents that have been set up that kind of almost form a circular barrier, a quarantine mark almost around the city. It's about 200, 300 feet away from the actual barrier itself. Quite a wide quarantine. You can see on the roads, palisade fences and stockades have been set up. Checkpoints that are here and there that seem to be barring passage in and out. You can also see dozens of soldiers. Some of them are doing practice drills, some of them on patrol routes. But there's quite a lot. There's a large force that is gathered here that seems to have spread itself all around the city. Thousands of soldiers. You have a wander around, and after wandering for about 20 minutes, you do spot a figure heading towards you out of the crowd. As you see the large, wide-brimmed witch hunter's hat of Vala as she weaves in and out effortlessly around the soldiers.
I'll go up to her and greet her.
She puts her hand up as you convene. Welcome back. Did
Thank
you
you.
have fun?
It was terrible
Good.
in the hells.
It is good to see you back, my friend. Now,
Yeah, it's good to be back, even with this. What do you hunters know? Let's walk.
very well. You go for a walk. I'm sure that you have been briefed on the situation already. We know, and I hate to say, but not much more. I've sent several of my best scouts into the city. I have heard nothing back. This, though, we do know, as I'm sure you've heard by now, that it is our old foe, Xanthus. It is him that holds this city. It is he that generates the barrier.
He himself, or is he using something?
All I know that he is here. He has told us so. He has taunted us. He knows there is nothing we can do about it. He
So he's
knows it
inside?
always. I can only assume that he is in there somewhere.
We heard reports that there are several of these. So he might not be in there, maybe? Or he has powerful allies, maybe. That would suck.
It was not him that sent you away, was it?
No.
No. I do not see him leaving this place. This barrier, it requires a lot of energy. It requires management. It requires something. I hate to say, but there may be more of them.
Yeah.
We have set our forces here and only here. This Xanathus, it is our fault that he is here. We will correct it.
Isn't he supposed to be destroyed?
That is what I was led to believe. The founders of our order claim to have destroyed his phylactery. Either he had a backup, or something's fishy.
Something fishy within the order?
I cannot say. Right now, all I can do is do what I do best. It's kill undead.
Are there many coming outside?
Not many. Few dozen.
Are they
Sometimes big ones, sometimes small.
citizens, or are they coming from somewhere else?
Some of them look to be recent, some of them look to be much older.
So maybe something under the city?
Potentially. If that bastard brought a tower from under the ground, who knows what else he brought with him.
Do you know the barrier? Is there in your order any information on how to not get the life force siphoned out of you?
We are looking into it now. Our texts are old and scattered. There are few who still study them, but we
I
are.
think
We have our scholars, few that they may be, poring over the archives,
good.
seeing if we can find anything at all.
I think the I think we could deal with the not getting out part, but I think the draining effect is too much to handle right now for us to be effective inside.
From what I have heard reports, I have overheard the soldiers. They are, as I'm sure you will can understand, reluctant to work with our order. They fear us. They do not understand us. But I listen, and I believe somewhere in the city someone has formed some form of a bastion. There are still forces within fighting.
That's good.
So, if there are, they must have found a way to combat this effect.
I might have a feeling on who that. We'll see if you can get a message through.
Very well. For now, I will do what I do. I will,
Keep us posted, please, if you can.
of course. And if you plan to go in there, you make sure you let me know.
We'll do just that.
Good.
Alright. Be safe.
Be well. Just gives you a nod, turns away, and heads back towards the barrier. You can see, as in the distance, you can see that there is a small, or appears to be a very small skirmish breaking out. There appears to be a few soldiers who've drawn weapons, and they're kind of clustering together. As you can see, one or two, just in the distance, you can see about 3 or 4 almost like zombie-like figures that are emerging from the barrier. And Vala walks away. She draws her crossbow, and dashes off in that direction.
Is Johanna around?
Which one?
As in, not our Johanna, the other one.
You can ask around.
I'll ask around.
Okay. Make me an investigation check.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't have my character sheet open.
That's all right.
Investigation, yeah?
Yeah. You ask around. It takes you a little bit of. It takes you a while. You start asking guards, and you try and describe. When they realise that you don't know who you are, you try and describe her, and you don't do very well. But it takes you a bit, and you ask around, and you do find someone who's heard of her. And they inform you that that she has not been accounted for. They do not know where she is or what her current status is.
They don't know where she is.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Rumor has it she was in the city.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay. After you've all had your conversations, you all reconvene outside of Vigil Keep, outside of the gate, with the looming tower and barrier ahead of you. An ominous task stands before you, trying to liberate the city. It's not going to be an easy one. But you have allies. You have allies to call upon. And power together. That is where we will end tonight's session.
You evil man.
Next week,
My back, yeah.
we'll find out what happens next.
Including you.
Yeah.
I have some
Dun, dun, dun.
questions.
Okay, one sec. As for the recording, I'll turn that off for now because there's a few bits I need to go through. But for the recording, for Danny and Katie, hope you enjoyed. If there's anything you wanted to retcon, let me know. Cheerio.